everybody, and welcome back to Crime and Sports.
Yay!
Oh, yay indeed. Yay indeed. My name is James Pietragallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmie Whisman.
Thank you folks so much for joining us today. We are going to finish up this awful serial killer, Randall Woodfield here. Mm-hmm. By the way, I find it amazing that you could butcher several women, all sorts of people, and still not have as much fuckery to talk about as Evel Knievel. Isn't that amazing? Still not reached the level of insanity that Evel Knievel did with 10 parts.
His whole life was crazy.
Oh, it was crazy. So first, before we get started, shutupandgivememurder.com is the website. Head over there for, number one, all your merchandise. Number two, all your tickets for live shows. Get in there for Small Town Murder. We have shows in the fall. There's still tickets left in Seattle, Philly, D.C. Right. So get your tickets right now for those. Shutupandgivememurder.com. Get yourself Patreon. Do yourself a favor. Patreon.com/crimeinsports is where you get all the bonus material. Anybody $5 a month or above, you're going to get so much. First of all, hundreds of back episodes of bonus stuff you've never heard before that you'll get immediately upon subscription. You can binge on that stuff. You get new ones every other week. One Crime and Sports, one Small Town Murder, and you get them all.
You get it all, yes.
So much good stuff there. And then we said that's not enough for people.
No.
They need more. Well, you got more now. You also get all three shows, Crime in Sports, Your Stupid Opinions, and, of course, Small Town Murder. You get them all ad-free on Patreon. So,
right.
What more can we do, honestly? I don't know what we can.
I got nothing.
Unless we could force athletes of your choice to commit crimes so we could do an episode about them because you wanted to hear it. There's nothing more we could do for you. So I think we're doing it all. And you get a shout out at the end of the show, too. I mean, good Lord, it's all you can fucking get. So that's patreon.com/crimeinsports, just like the name of the show. That said, let's get right into this, man.
Here we go.
Let's dive in because we want to finish this up and we got a lot to do. So when we left off, Randy was in a world of shit.
Boy, was
he's been convicted on one charge. Basically, everybody's online to try him, essentially, for all the things that he's done. So during this trial, this latest trial that he's in, the detective Neil Loper, who's been up his ass for a long time from the Beaverton Police Department. All these, think about how many roomfuls of detectives were like trying to figure this all out. Yeah. Like, Jesus Christ, now they actually get to see him on trial.
Face to stare at,
Yeah. And like, they know that's got to be wild. Like, just to be like, there he is, finally. Who works on? That's like making like a film or something. Like working on something for like 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, like it's so much to. And if they never find him, like all the people who worked on like BTK in the 70s.
Up to including the Golden Gate State? That guy?
Golden State Killer. They had to be like, Jesus Christ, man.
What the fuck? How can we not solve it?
Of my life. Yeah, that's horrifying. Yeah. So anyway, Neil Loper is going to testify about this search in his room when they came in and found all his stuff, when they searched him here. Now, it was with Randy's permission, and the box of athletic adhesive tape and the small gun cleaning kit that, if you remember, he said he used to clean his face, which is amazing.
That's acne stripper right there.
That's what I do. I say, I don't need Clearasil, stuff like that. I'm just going to get a gun cleaning kit.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
I got hops.
That's all. So criminalist Michael Howard from the Oregon State Police Crime Detection Lab in Portland explained to the jury how white tape isn't always just white tape, basically. Like it just looks like white tape to the untrained eye, but he said, it can be reduced to its essential components, making it unique. He tested the tape from Woodfield's bedroom and the tape used to bind Jill Martin's ankles and wrists, and said the elemental composition of the tape was the same. That led me to believe that it was produced by the same manufacturer and was probably from the same batch.
Oh.
Which is very odd, because you'd think everything that goes into the tape would be the same all the time.
You'd think so.
But it isn't, apparently.
Yeah.
That's really strange. Yeah, I would imagine that a tape made, 6 months ago and right now in the same place would be identical. Same breakdown, but I guess not. A molecular breakdown. So they also had forensic science experts from named Jim Pex Jim Pex, P-E-X.
Really?
Pex.
Like the fucking rubber hoses that people put in their house for plumbing.
Jim Pex. That sounds, I don't even know what that sounds like. Sounds like
a fellow that works out.
Or he should write science fiction, one of the two.
Yeah.
Jim Pex writes this novel. Yeah, or some dirty shit. He's from the Oregon State Police Crime Lab. He is one of America's, at the time, definitive experts on blood components, both in humans and animals.
Foremost
experts. He lectures frequently and testifies as an expert witness often. He's one of those guys.
Yeah.
His job is essentially to testify in trials.
He gets paid to be gossipy.
Yeah, that's a great thing. I want to get to that point.
Hell yeah.
Where you just get paid to go around. Yeah, just get paid a bunch to go around, sit down, give your opinion.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care if you believe me or not. It's my opinion.
Though. The problem is you got to do it something that's real focused and specific, but then you're only called when that shit's involved.
Yeah, you got to wait.
Like the athletic tape guy.
Like the athletic tape guy. He's like, finally, I'm off the bench. So we need tape analysis. Fuck, I've been practicing for years.
I've been itching to talk about this.
Yeah, you don't want to be the sperm guy, though. That's not the guy you want.
That's no good.
I am the foremost expert in jizz is not really the title you're looking for, probably. So he said to the jury that Randy Woodfield was a secretor, one of the majority of the human species whose blood type can be determined by analyzing bodily fluids, saliva, semen, that sort of thing. So a steamin.
That's hot semen right there. I was
going to say, the steamin' semen are like a Louisiana-based football team. You know what I mean?
You got to make sure you stir that, otherwise it sticks to the pot.
Tonight, the Ragin' Cajuns versus the steamin' Semens down here in the bayou. Let's get it on.
That's so gross.
That is the most disgusting thing. What's grosser than semen? Hot semen. That's what's grosser than semen. We figured it out.
Incredibly warm semen.
I don't know why, but heating it up makes it so much worse.
That just makes it feel way too fresh.
Makes it feel but like, oh, God. You see the steam coming out of the cup and everything, and it's not good. Oh,
it cools down real fast.
Really, real quick. That's the thing. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You got to keep it near a hot plate.
Oh, God, Jesus, that's disgusting. So the steamin', I almost said because it was still in my head. Semen stain found in Jill Martin's clothing proved to have come from a type B secretor. This is a relatively rare blood type which occurs only in 9% of the world's population. So that narrows it down right there.
Yeah.
So then Jim Pex talked about the enzyme characteristics of blood and Randy Woodfield's blood in particular. Right. He said his enzyme genotype was 1+2, which narrows it down even further. That's
three.
That's then there's 3 plus 4.
I know that's 3.
That's 3. Goddamn, that's weird shit.
That's weird jizz. It's
3. Good God, what are we talking about? Been waiting my whole life for a 3 so I could talk about it. Which narrows it down even more. That genotype is only found in 3.7% of the population. So they said when you combine...
That's really great science.
They can narrow
minus DNA.
That's how they used to have to do shit back in the day. It was
incredible.
Just
whittled it down to 3%. If you then have DNA on top of that, say, you know what I mean? Then it's like incredible. You're the only motherfucker.
We just did a small town murder where it was 1 in like 12 quadrillion. It was like that's the odds of it not being him. It was like, well, it's probably him then, I'm going to say. Yeah. So we figured it out. And it was like basically the sun will burn out before enough people are made to make it so someone else could have that blood type or that DNA. So yeah, it's not going to work.
Jesus.
So they said when you combine the 3 characteristics of the semen stain, that it's from a secretor, from someone with B-type blood, and from someone with 1+2 genotype, you're talking about 0.27% of the population of the world.
Wow.
So less than about 1/4% of the world this could be.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, and he said on the stand, Randall Woodfield has all 3 characteristics in his body fluid. So, I mean, that's right. And that is still,
still a lot of people.
0.25% of the world, still a shit ton of people.
It's still a lot. Like 250,000 people.
It's not DNA specific, but it is specific to people who might have been driving up the I-5 making phone calls at the exact time that the fucking murders were made. Plus that kind of equals a little more of a barrier to get through here. If that's all they had, you could say maybe, but
you could argue
no.
it, yeah.
So, yeah, they were worried that the jury wouldn't understand this testimony.
Okay.
We're a little more sophisticated now because everybody's seen CSI and all this shit. Yeah. So everybody knows about DNA and secretions and how many times Ice-T talking about semen on fucking SVU. There's always semen and always blood and always shit like that. Whereas back then, that's not what they talked about on.
No.
Kojak never went over that in the 70s, really.
No, I don't recall even Beretta doing that.
No, not much. A guy named after a gun probably isn't going to worry about the seriology of these fucking accused there, I wouldn't think. So that's what they were worried about because they were like, people are unfamiliar with these scientific terms and all of that. Well, anyway, after 3 hours of deliberation, turns out the jury knew what the fuck they were doing. They find Randy guilty of sodomy and being an ex-convict in possession of a weapon.
Okay.
They did not believe the roommate later on, they said, his landlord who tried to give him an alibi now.
Yeah.
They didn't believe her, and Randy himself, obviously, is not a great witness. This is funny, when he was testifying, his lawyer asked him straight out, if you've committed the crimes against Jill Martin, did you do it?
Okay. Yeah.
And he said, no, I sure didn't. I sure didn't. Like he's
didn't.
No, I sure didn't, man. Like he's an 8-year-old.
Yeah, like he's the beef.
Sure didn't. So yeah, he's found guilty as charged, and this was the Der Wiener Schnitzel attack.
Right.
So good God, man, this guy is a fucking mess. He is first-degree sodomy is a felony punishable by a maximum of 20 years in prison. And a $2,500 fine as well. And
and it'll cost you some money.
It'll cost you a couple bucks. And the firearms charge is a maximum of 5 years in prison. Okay. So there is that. His defense attorney says, we will be appealing this.
Really?
Okay, good luck with that. Now, he's already been sentenced to life in prison plus 90 years. So none of this really matters all that much, but,
whatever.
Got to do it. So, yeah, he's trying to figure this out. The weird part is the jury returned to the all right, a little thing here. The case went to the jury at about 3:30 p.m. And the prosecutor and the chief district attorney and everything, they presented their closing arguments. The jury returned 2 hours later with a 10-2 guilty verdict. So 2 people said not guilty.
2 people said maybe no?
Yes, but the judge ordered them to resume deliberations after confusion arose over how 2 jurors voted. By 6:30 p.m., they returned to the courtroom and returned the jury's final decision, which is a 10-2 verdict. This is not a unanimous verdict. In Oregon back then, it was still one of the states, I'm not sure about now, where it doesn't have to be unanimous.
Just majority rules.
Yeah, so 10-2 is 2 people were like, I don't know.
Wow.
Think about that. That's wild.
I guess they were probably like, well, these are some pretty serious charges. You're going to need definitive ass proof.
It seems like they had pretty good proof. They had the
feels good to me. Goddamn.
Person it happened to go, that guy.
Yeah.
He said, no, I sure didn't, which is I'm right away. That's guilty.
Is a problem.
And then all the blood stuff, the phone stuff, where he was, like he did it. What are we talking about here? So that's wild shit that they didn't. They said, don't let, and this is funny, and the defense attorney in his closings here said that he didn't believe the state presented enough evidence directly linking Randy to the crimes, and said, don't let the blind prejudices of this community, and I mean the whole Willamette Valley, affect your decision.
I am just shocked.
That's fucking wild.
That's
I can't
horrendous.
believe 2 people were like,
Holy.
Man, I'd love to find those people and try to sell them something, because you can sell those people anything.
I'd just love to fast forward to today with those people and then be like, now look back at that information, and we had it down to 0.2%.
0.27%.
That's, come on.
And
Are you out of your fucking mind? What have you done that you are going to say not guilty?
And witness identification and fucking everything. Timeline all matches up. Who else is it? Is he the unluckiest man alive or what? He'd have to
Imagine there's 2 people and we accidentally got the wrong one? No way. It's impossible.
That's insane. So anyway, Randy is for his appeal, represented by a public defender, Gary Babcock. And Babcock cited 30 cases as precedents as he asked the Court of Appeals to reverse his convictions for murder, attempted murder, sodomy, all that shit. So, his arguments were that he hit at Beth Wilmot's identification of Randy Woodfield, suggesting her memory was flawed, that eyewitness testimony is fallible, which is true. He questioned the state's expert witnesses in ballistics and hair and fiber identification and argued that the judge had not had the authority to invoke the dangerous offender statute when imposing his minimum sentence of 50 years.
Wow. And
also, they tried again to blame the shootings at the Transamerica building on Lawrence Moore. Remember him? And one guy. So, he was the guy who they keep bringing him up because he shot a bunch of people at a bar that he was mad at.
Which makes that's not the same thing.
No, completely different MO, completely different everything here. In fact,
nothing sexual in that.
No, not at all. They're both white and male. That's about the only thing that they don't look alike. There's no.
Yeah, one's a sodomist.
Which there's a satirist and there's a sodomist. There's all sorts of differentness over the years.
Satirist? Is that
satirist and sodomist. Funny thing is, ancient Greek had a lot of both, which is interesting.
Yeah, they did.
They had satirists and sodomists. They really had a lot. So they're saying that he's being persecuted for the crimes of another man.
Wow.
And also took issue with the judge's instructions to the jury that it was to presume that all witnesses speak the truth. Mm-hmm. That's a weird thing. I've never heard that before from a judge. They usually say it's up to you to decide the credibility of the witness.
It's the judge's presumption, evidently.
To just presume all witnesses speak the truth is kind of weird, because then you're presuming that Randy is also speaking the truth. Or if he's not, then you're prejudicing the defendant by saying that everyone's telling the truth but the defendant, which is also.
And the other point is that anybody that testifies on his behalf would have to be telling the truth too.
His roommate, when she says that he wasn't out, he was home during all that shit. Well, she's telling the truth then. So
that just puts us at a stalemate.
That's what I mean. Someone's got to be fucking lying if both sides are saying the opposite shit.
Yeah.
So they said that the state had 37 witnesses. Randall only had 12, including himself. So the state had an unfair advantage based on the sheer numbers. They have 3 times as many people to believe than we do.
Oh.
So
that's his fault.
Exactly. That's the thing. It's like you should have had more witnesses. If you weren't guilty, you'd have more witnesses probably.
You shouldn't have had so many victims.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Maybe you shouldn't have been fucking raping everybody and shooting them. Maybe that would have helped. And the prosecution cited 48 cases for precedents. God, being a lawyer sounds tedious. We got to find 48 examples of fucking precedent for this bullshit.
Dude, and this is criminal law. Family law is so much more minimal, and I felt so bad for my lawyer trying to dig through precedent on all kinds of case law. And he's like, I can't find the thing that this judge is referencing. He's like, I don't know how to do this. I'm like, imagine if I broke the fucking law, man.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. Find it.
What a fucking, I'm paying you. Yeah, then you got the bill and you were like, oh, never mind. Fuck this guy. Let him.
Fuck you.
Let him do this 24/7.
You're the best, Joey. Listen to us.
Oh, good. Well, how you doing, brother? You did well. We were happy for you.
Thank you, Joey.
Thank you. So they keep talking about this Moore guy. And now, by the way, Moore is blonde. Randy's dark. They don't look alike. There's no way to confuse one for the other, basically, at all. The state argued that the judge was perfectly proper in his instructions to the jury that witnesses are presumed to speak the truth. They said this instruction is well established in statutory and case law. Literally, I watch a ton of trials. Every single judge said it is up to you are the arbiter of truth here.
Right.
You can believe a juror. You can believe him 100%. You can believe him 10%. Anything in between. It's up to you.
Yeah,
so
the judge, all he's doing is whether or not shit's admissible. That's about it.
There's a referee.
Guiding this shit down the road so we don't have a mistrial or have to redo this shit ever again.
Referee, that's a foreign object he pulled out of the tights. Not allowed to have that, but otherwise I am not a part of this. So his appeal is denied, obviously.
Yeah.
Prosecutor here wants a long sentence for this. He wants maximums. He wants everything. So they said that he also wants the judge to add something else. They want permission to have Randy analyzed to determine if he has a personality disorder sufficient to allow him to be sentenced under the dangerous offender law for this as well. Oh. This allows the judge to add 10 years to the usual maximum of 20 years for this.
That's a fascinating law.
That's a wild. I don't think they have that one anymore.
No, you can't, right?
That seems like that would get struck down, I would imagine.
That would get one-upped constantly, and then eventually there's nothing heinous about anything.
That's well, yeah, why even bother? If they're there, then it's heinous. Like, you're saying one's worse than, it's just a real weird part.
Yeah.
Make this,
and this is Oregon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because in Oregon also, the death penalty is only involved when if your case is worse than the worst death penalty one. And so now that the Green River Killer didn't get death, they'll probably never give anybody death ever again in Oregon.
Wouldn't make sense. He killed 100 people, for Christ's sake.
That's what this law is. Right. If you didn't kill 100 fucking people, then off to jail forever with you.
While you detail painted fucking Toyota Tacomas or whatever the fuck he was doing. Was it Toyota?
It was diesels. He was putting graphics on diesels.
Yeah, I just remember he was doing like
truck painter.
Yeah, exactly, the detail work on that shit. Yeah. So yeah, that's an odd little wrinkle that they have up there.
Fascinating.
So the judge can sentence Woodfield under the dangerous offender law if he determines Woodfield suffering from a severe personality disorder indicating a propensity toward criminal activity, which is a really broad term to put 10 years on. That's, I mean, we want this guy to go away, but that's ridiculous. That is just silly. Very silly. So December 2nd, 1981, the judge is ordering his psychiatric examination. Right. And there, of course, the defense is saying he's not dangerous and he's a hell of a nice guy. He sure didn't do anything, number one.
Sure didn't.
So now there's a February trial planned in Lynn County Circuit Court for him. This is, I believe, he's accused of sodomy, second degree kidnapping, possession of a firearm by an ex-convict. That is the Albany, Oregon case here.
No murder.
No, that was one of the ones he left people for. Yeah. For dead but not dead. So, December 11th, 1981. They were talking about all the charges. He's got so many charges and so much pending and everything else. So December 18th, 1981, Merry Christmas to Randy here. He is going to get the enhanced sentence of 10 years.
He got it.
Oh, yeah.
10 years.
They gave him the extra 10 years, and he's sentenced to, you, sir, may fuck off 30 years in prison on the sodomy charge and 5 years on the ex-convict in possession of a weapon. Mm-hmm. And that is to run consecutively to the other sentences, too.
Fuck.
They keep laying them out and laying them out and laying them out. Like,
just stacking them.
Stacking and stacking and stacking, man. It's pretty interesting here. So he was taken to the Oregon State Penitentiary in Salem, where he's just waiting to go back for more trials. That's all. That's all it is. He's just a complete fucking mess. And he's back in prison. So, yeah. By the way, life in prison is whatever the life is set by statute in a particular state.
Okay.
In Oregon, life usually means somewhere between 10 and 12 years. That's a life sentence.
What?
I don't get that at all.
They've changed that, right?
I believe so. They've upped them in everywhere. But now it's like a lot of them are like 40 years is life, or 50, a hard 40 is life, and then you're eligible after that. Yeah. That's a lot. 40, if you can't get it out of your system in 40 years, I mean, come on. If you're 25 and you come out 65, you should definitely not be the same guy you were when you were 25, I would hope. At least more tired and sick from being in prison. So,
and it is life. That's certainly life, because your life is fucking ruined.
Oh, it's over. You're a senior citizen now. I mean,
you're a senior citizen with nothing.
Oh, with nothing. With no connections. Your family's dead. Your mom's dead. Yeah, you have nothing. They give you a bus ticket, and you're like, here you go.
Unless you're Dick Van Dyke's kid, who his dad's still alive, and he's in his 70s.
No shit.
It's amazing.
Which is wild. So this, though, was a 50-year minimum set by the judge. So that meant his first parole hearing would be in the year 2031, his 81st birthday, basically.
And then he starts the other charges.
If he's paroled for those. So they're trying to get him 35 years, and they got him the 35 years. So that's nice. Now, okay. Remember Shelley? We got another Shelley update here.
Is she still on her way?
Poor Shelley. Good God. This poor woman. She would, still writes to him and is devoted to him. He signed his gold champagne edition Volkswagen over to Shelley as well.
Yeah.
Shelley wrote back for a while, but then she kind of fades out. And she said, no, turns out wasn't the guy I thought he was. Right. No, he's a murderer, you fucking idiot.
Shelley, do you have a car for sale? I want that.
she still has it, though. Or I don't know about now, but she had the gold champagne edition with the KOY or KQY 425 license plate there.
Still had the plate on it.
Still had the plate on it, I guess, yeah. So where's it going to go? So January 7th, 1982, there's a charge against a witness here. Okay. Douglas Handy, who was already serving 20 years and is awaiting sentencing on a robbery conviction here. There's a robbery charge against it's a friend of Randy's, and it was dismissed, apparently. They said
Andy was a friend of his?
Yeah, it was a friend of his. And apparently a Safeway store at 3235 Commercial Street Southeast in Salem was held up on December 20th, 1980 by a man brandishing a handgun and a piece of tape over his nose. And he took off. Now, this Handy testified at Woodfield's trial that Woodfield, who he'd known since 75, occasionally wore a Band-Aid across his nose as a disguise. So, anyway, this guy had charges against him because he's a criminal, and they were dismissed anyway. So he wins a delay here, Randy does, in February of 82. So it's not going to start right away, the sodomy and second-degree kidnapping trial. Okay. It's going to be delayed a little bit, which happens a lot, just for discovery and for lawyers need extra time, especially public defenders. They're kind of buried in shit.
This shit.
Yeah. So 1982, May 28th, 1982, stuff is happening here. They're talking about his trial popping off here, and they're saying in the paper here, local victims will testify.
Oh, boy.
They did the pretrial hearing, and they said they were going to decide which women would be allowed to go beyond identification of the suspect and talk about details of their assaults. I would think all of them should be able to, right?
Right.
I would imagine. The district attorney's office is relying on the testimony to help establish a pattern of behavior linking him to all of these, to the laundromat. This is the laundromat case here. Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you how to look better for less with Quince.
Quince.com, Quince.com.
You know it. No need to drop a fortune on basics when you don't have to. Go to Quince. They have all the good stuff. High-quality fabrics, classic fits, lightweight layers for warm weather, all at prices that actually make sense. Everything we've ordered from Quince has been really great, high-quality stuff that we like and we wear. Quince has the closet staples that you're going to reach for again and again, like cozy cashmere and cotton sweaters from just $50. That's a great deal. Breathable flow knit polos, comfortable lightweight pants like Jimmie's linen pants that somehow work for the weekends and for dressed up dinner type events. Yeah, it's everything here. The best part, everything with Quince is half the cost of similar brands. What they do is they work directly with top artisans and cut out the middleman, and Quince gives you luxury pieces without the markup. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. I love Quince. I got a cool pair of pants I'm going to wear on stage. I got a cool shirt I'm going to wear to that thing we have to go to on Thursday. You got your linen outfit, the linen shirt. Oh, man.
And pants.
It's all good. Keep it classic and cool with long-lasting staples from Quince. Go to quince.com/crime and sports for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/crime and sports to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/crime and sports.
Now, back to the show.
His court-appointed lawyer, sought to bar the witnesses from identifying their assailant in court. What precedent would you put up for that?
Who knows?
A victim not allowed to say that's the guy who did this to me in court. Seems crazy.
Well, we want our case to be precedent.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, man. Real weird. He's charged with all this shit. Then it comes out Woodfield to face separate felony trials. Okay. So they're going to be separated when he goes to court. He'll face 2 counts of first-degree sodomy, 2 counts of second-degree kidnapping for the assault in Albany. A charge that Woodfield was a convict in a possession of a firearm when he committed the alleged crimes will be charged and tried separately, which I don't understand why that would be, but who knows?
I assume it's because these are like new charges and we don't want to treat those as if he's already a criminal.
But he had a gun during the commission of those, so it seems like it would all be in one thing. I don't understand it.
I don't know what that is.
I don't get it either, but he's headed for trial and looking for some serious time here. June 23rd, 1982, a 20-year-old woman left the courtroom in tears after cross-examination and after identifying Randall Woodfield. Yeah. So she absolutely identifies him in court. This was at the Raindrop Laundry at Queen and Elm Streets in Albany is when all this happened to her. Yeah. She's one of 2 victims at the Coin Laundry, told the court she was scared and ashamed when she entered a viewing booth at the police lineup. And at that lineup, she chose another man, not Woodfield, as her assailant.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So the defense said he wanted to know if the woman identified another man at the lineup, why was she certain today that Woodfield was her attacker? That's why they were trying to get her to not be able to identify him because she misidentified him the first time.
She didn't get him the right time, right.
The woman replied that she misidentified her assailant because the dark, cramped viewing room at the police station reminded her of the small bathroom where she and her friend were attacked.
Oh, my God. She was having some PTSD in there? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds fine and all, and I feel bad, but this is court.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't identify him, you can't identify him type of thing. Like, it sucks, and I'd love for you to be able to identify him, but if you misidentified him, you're kind of a bad witness.
I wish somebody would explain to her, P.S., don't say anything if you're not positive because this is bad.
Yeah. Say I'm uncomfortable, and then,
Say I don't know. Say that. That's so much better than that's the guy and it's not him.
That's crazy. So next up is, right after her, is Richard Shanks, Dick Shanks. An Albany police detective said that he wasn't sure the woman had told him she changed her mind. Police reports that Shanks filed after the lineup also failed to mention that the woman had changed her choice of suspects. This doesn't look good.
Oh, Shanks, why'd you do that?
Yep, the defense said, wouldn't you have noted the change if in fact she had made the change? And he said yes. So this is bad to me.
Then why didn't you?
Yeah, so it's 7 women, 5 men on the jury. Always more women than men on these juries for him.
Yeah.
I don't know if they think this must be a strategy.
For one side or the other.
Yeah, for one side or the other, it's a strategy. So the prosecution witnesses testified here that day. Also the Fabric Patch people, the fabric store, they were testifying as well. They focused questioning on mannerisms, physical description, and the weapon the assailant used, because the actual, identifications aren't great. The saleswoman at the fabric store told the court how her assailant entered the store wearing a scruffy beard and tape over the bridge of his nose and all of that shit, and the gun and the hat and everything. He demanded all the money, forced her and a customer at gunpoint into the back room of the store where he bound their feet and hands and, quote, molested the clerk. On March 8th, 81, the sales clerk identified Woodfield at the lineup as the man who attacked her. The court said, is that the man you initially identified in the lineup in the court? Is he in the courtroom today? And she said yes and pointed him out. They said, are you absolutely certain? She said she was, but admitted her fear and confusion at looking at the man during the lineup or even in the courtroom. She still has it. She said it's a hard thing because you don't want to look at him. I think he's pretty... He's not going anywhere at this point.
No, but it's still frightening for some.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's like he's a caged animal at this point.
Yeah, he's even if this trial doesn't go well and we don't get him, he's gonna go away for a long time. So.
Yeah, if they got King Kong caged up, you can go moon him.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like he's not gonna do shit. But I understand where she's coming from. It'd be nice if she was like, fuck that guy. For her own sanity. I meant that's all.
Sure.
So she sat there and was very composed on the stand, though, which is good. That always helps. And she talked about him grabbing her by the arm, forcing her and another woman into the restroom, and then pulling the knife and threatening to injure both women unless they performed an oral sex act.
Right.
He said, quote, "Don't come out or I'll start shooting," is what he told them. Okay. So the defense basically badgers her about her identification. Like, you were scared, so does that mean that your judgment is off and that kind of shit? So he's found guilty of sexual assault against both of these women, though. Yeah. Got him again. Yeah, that's kind of obvious. His attorney said, "I wasn't pleased with the jury and Lynn County anyway." Okay.
This place sucks.
I don't like this place. Fuck this place. They said that actually it was an hour of deliberations. He said, "Actually, I'm kind of surprised it took that long." The judge asked for a pre-sentencing report, and he's going to get that. So the judge told the jury they could only find him guilty or innocent. That's the only options. And Woodfield did not take the stand in his own defense this time.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't say, "I'm sure innocent, boy." So, they argue against the false identification while the defense says it's all false identifications.
All right.
Okay. So, he's going to be sentenced July 23rd, 1982. He is sentenced. Here we go. He is sentenced to, you, sir, may fuck off 40 years in prison.
For that one?
40 years for the Albany laundromat attack here. So now he faces sentences totaling life plus 165 years. Not good. And he's facing
still have another trial?
Oh, yeah. He's facing a possible death sentence in Shasta County for murdering Donna Eckert and her daughter, the 14-year-old daughter. Remember that poor young lady came home and found her mom and sister dead in the house? That was fucking horrible. The Mountain Gate murder there. So the Shasta County District Attorney said that he was checking into when Woodfield would arrive from Oregon, because that's in California.
Right.
And he said, "I don't know if there's going to be a problem with extradition." We'll lend Randy out, I think. Everybody should just lend Randy out for whatever you need him for.
Just send him home.
Just why not, So he's in a lot of trouble. I mean,
and this is death penalty in Shasta County, so that's down in California.
Yeah.
So they send him out there. They extradite him from jail to. Would you serve the?
Oregon has him first. Yeah. Oregon has him first. It's like Lori Daybell. Idaho has her first.
Yeah.
And
she's got death in Arizona, right?
No, she's got life everywhere.
Life. Yeah.
Life everywhere. 4 life withouts or 5, I can't remember, in Idaho. So if somehow she was done with those sentences, then they'd bring her to. So basically, if all of her appeals worked in Idaho and she was found not guilty, she'd just go to Arizona and serve life. So it wouldn't fucking matter. Ooh. Yeah, that's what they're doing here.
She's in trouble.
The judge told Woodfield, "You did commit felonies and the sentences are commensurate with your crimes. You're a risk to society and you should be isolated." Wow. "You need a structured environment if you are to achieve any rehabilitation. You, sir, may certainly fuck off." That's what he said to him. So if I'm Randy, I'm starting to just plead guilty to shit at this point. Like, it's over.
Yeah. You try to get deals.
Yeah, just fuck it. Who cares? There's going to be a delay here in his case in Shasta County. They're talking about the case could cost the county up to $1 million to try. And they said that the problem here is hypnosis.
Oh?
Okay. That's yes. They said hypnosis was used to obtain information about the shootings of the women, and the evidence it gained is critical to the case.
Right.
So they said Lisa Garcia here, described as Woodfield, it doesn't matter. It's all in the newspapers. That's Beth Wilmot's real name there. They said that was, with the aid of hypnosis, she described the man who attacked her in the Salem suburb. They said both women were sexually assaulted. The Garcia's testimony is crucial because ballistics tests show that the bullets used to kill Eckert and her daughter were fired from the same weapon. So they can use her Oregon identification and bring her in, because if it's that guy with the same gun, the ballistics say it's the same guy. So they said, should the Supreme Court decide evidence gained from hypnosis is not admissible in cases, there's a strong possibility that we would not have sufficient evidence to prosecute the Woodfield case in California, which is horrifying. That's insane. And they said that the office wants a ruling one way or another on the hypnosis question before prosecuting because it could cost the state over $1 million to prosecute him. Right. And if they're going to come and just wipe that all out, then we just wasted all that time and money. Right. Why bother? So this is March 23rd, 1983. There's an article here with the headline, I-5 bandit to be tried in 1981 armed robbery. So apparently they're going to try it here.
Here we go.
They're going to give it a shot. This is in Medford, Oregon. So he's going to be the robbery of the Medford Roadway Inn. They're going to try him for that as well up there. Jesus Christ. Now,
the reviews of that place
are? Defunct.
Oh, it's gone?
I don't fucking know. Maybe not. Those roadway inns are everywhere, and they're shitholes. So I could see it still standing with a $59.99 sign, on the highway. So Randy in prison, he's got to figure out what he's going to do here. He has to basically, while he's in prison, he's got to figure out what his role in prison is going to be.
Yeah.
He's either got to be a tough guy, or he's got to be a smart guy, or he's got to be something, because otherwise he's just a fucking child rapist at this point, walking around in prison. So that's not a great thing for him. So he tries to. He obviously doesn't. He's not a smart guy. He's not a real smart guy, but he's a big guy. So he lifts weights, he works out, and he keeps his big giant frame up basically while he's in prison. Once he's out of jail and sent to prison. So he insists that in prison he's earned the respect of his fellow inmates. Which I don't think so. I mean, probably not.
There are pictures of him with inmates. They may be serving time for the same thing he is, and those guys respect each other.
Yeah. If you find your fellow rapists, I suppose.
Yeah, your fellow dirtbags.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So July of '83, the Oregon Supreme Court refused to review his final appeal. So he is shit out of luck here. They talk about him in jail. He keeps his house, his cell, neat and perfect, and doesn't like to be sent to the hole.
Sure.
He said, quote, "I hate to fight and get DRs because they move all your stuff to the property room in bags like a pile of junk. Things get lost, bent, broken, and dirty. They don't just lock up our cells and save it for us. We have cells in isolation building and a black box for incorrigibles. Crazy, huh?" So he also.
So if you go to the hole, they give your cell to a new guy?
No, they just take all your shit and put it somewhere because they open cell doors during the day, and otherwise it would be pillaged by the other inmates. So they take all your shit and move it, and they might move you if you're in there a while. You might come out to a new cell. Yeah, they move people all the time. He also said to a friend of his in a letter, "Sick place prisons are. Sick people run them too, and sick people live their lives saying other people are sick or weird. Everyone is equal. Everyone has problems and will stand before God for judging others."
That's society, babe. That's everywhere.
Yeah, and we do have distinctions between people, actually. Yeah, we're all a little bit sick, but a lot of us, what we don't do is rape people at gunpoint. We don't sodomize fast food workers, I think, is the main issue here.
We're all sick. You guys are just the sickest.
Yeah, we just hold our sickness in like you're supposed to. Jesus.
We just smoke weed about it, or drink beer about it, or
you had to be gross and weird.
There's a lot of different ways to deal with it, but robbing and pillaging and raping women at a roadway inn ain't the answer.
That's probably not the answer. So he always does this in all of his letters. He keeps saying that he's equal, that all people are alike, that he's no worse than anybody else, and you shouldn't. That's his thing. Is we're all sick fucks, and nobody. You shouldn't look at me down your nose at me. No.
You play golf too much. We're the same.
See, my point's I agree with him in what we are all sick fucks, but we can keep it contained. That's the difference. You can't.
Whatever sick thoughts we have, other people.
Exactly. Whatever sick thoughts we might have, we either don't do them or do them if they don't hurt anybody. That's all.
Right.
Whereas this person's a little bit different. He's out there not being quite equal. So for press interviews, he would do a lot of press interviews, and they said everything. He looked real sharp, and he's big and strong, and he wore a, open shirt to show his muscular chest, and he's very tanned, and he looks great. They said that in the Ann Rule book, she said time seems to have suspended him in a preservative gel, like Judge Dredd, or what was the other one? What was the one with him and Wesley Snipes? Demolition. We do this. We've confused them a lot. He has no.
It's you.
Me. I confuse them a lot, and you know them. They're both the same shitty movie. I don't know.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, you're right. Just one makes Taco Bell awesome, and the other one doesn't give a fuck. The other one's no, that's Rat Burgers too. Yeah, in that one. Yeah,
that's funny. By the way, the weird part is in international things they changed Taco Bell.
Yeah,
because Taco Bell wasn't anywhere international until like the 2000s. So
yeah,
they made it Pizza Hut or some shit in like England and places like that. In Europe, they made it like Pizza Hut or something that's more international. Yeah, because nobody had Taco Bell back then. It was strictly American.
How'd they do Batman? Because Batman was all Taco Bell too.
Same thing probably.
Wow.
They would switch them out, I would think. Or what year was that though? Later. That was like 97. That was they did the Batman and they did the Arnold Schwarzenegger Batman. They had like stuff for that.
The Batman with Michael Keaton was very Taco Bell oriented. Yeah.
Was it? I don't remember that being
I don't know if Taco Bell was in the maybe it wasn't in the movie.
Well, they might have done promotions in the US, but the Taco Bell's in the movie, so they had to change it because people didn't know what the fuck Taco Bell was other places.
Demolition. I mean the whole joke was that nobody knew what it was, wasn't it? I mean, the point was I guess the joke was that it was bottom tier food.
Yeah, and that's what everybody loves it the most.
The only thing left. Yeah.
It's the shittiest thing there is, and here it is. This is what we have. So they're saying he has no responsibilities, no concerns, no stress. Mm-hmm. Like when you hear about this, a prison sounds pretty good, honestly. This is like, I could use about a month of this probably.
Sure.
So also there was a lot more female guards in the penitentiary than there were during his first incarceration, and we know how he feels about that.
Yeah.
He pisses him off.
Yeah.
Yep. He would brag that they sneak up on him to catch a glimpse of him naked.
Yeah, they just want to fuck me.
Yeah, and meanwhile, the guards say he's just always naked, and he tries to show us his shit all the time.
Because he's a fucking predator and a pervert.
One of the female guards said, I can walk past Randy's cell and he's fully clothed. 5 minutes later, when I come back down the line, he's stripped and flexing his muscles waiting for me.
He knows that she has to walk back by.
He's going all the way to the end of the hall and back. And he's like, I'll have my dick out when she gets back. Which is, he's always done that. This is, you're going to have to see a Randy dick there. So the trial in Shasta County now, they're still trying to figure out what to do here. I guess it's a complicated thing whether to bring him in because, like we said, we don't know if there's a cost of this. It's a real pain in the ass to bring him here. Now they're saying it could cost several $1 million to prosecute him, not just $1 million. So, they're like, we don't know if we're going to do this. He's already got 165 years plus in another state.
Bother? Yeah.
They said the overriding factor and the only reason to bring him down here would be to execute him. And they said the prospects of being successful in that ultimate goal and the cost factor in attempting to achieve it. This is a monstrous case, and we estimated that we're looking at probably 150 witnesses. Most of them are from out of state, so now you have to travel costs, put them up, feed them. They said, and the trial would be last in the neighborhood of in about 6 months. And they said the possibility of moving it to another county was also a viable issue that the defense might bring up because there's been a lot of publicity, so that would be even more. It's a lot. You know what I mean? They're like, it might not be worth it. And then there's the hypnosis issue also. So if they could do all of this and it would work, and then they could still get it thrown out later on based on the hypnosis thing. And honestly, even if he gets the death penalty, are they ever going to actually execute him? Because there's always some little technicality that you can bust it down to life without. So, the last legal execution in California was in 1967.
Really?
That was the last time, because then the Supreme Court outlawed it, and then it had just come back, and there were still a lot of legal challenges to it.
That's still the last time that California did it, huh?
I don't know. I think, no, they executed people in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did.
I don't know.
I think they did. So the district attorney says also there's no statute of limitations, but if this keeps going on, they said that they don't think it's a really viable option that we would try this case 10 years from now.
Right.
Memories fade and all that kind of thing. And if you're not dealing with DNA, it's really hard to do that.
Right.
Hard to try a murder case later. One district attorney said, I wouldn't do it, period. This is a former district attorney. He said he's never going to get out of prison, and it's a very expensive case. There's no purpose.
Okay.
And he said the only reason that you'd possibly prosecute him is that you would be if you had a substantial likelihood that you'd obtain a death penalty verdict. He said another life sentence is virtually useless for Woodfield. Who cares? Yeah. He's not getting out in Oregon, so who gives a shit? And he also said, I'd be surprised if we end up prosecuting him. Mm-hmm. He said that if he were in the prosecutor's position, he would probably not do it. He said, but I'd like to encourage him if he wants to. They said that the death penalty was struck down in Oregon 2 years earlier, but they believe that Woodfield's a, quote, excellent candidate for the gas chamber in California. Yeah. An attorney said, I've seen worse individual crimes, but I can't remember anyone who's managed to put together a worse series. Yeah, his body of work is really...
individually...
There's way more brutal shit.
But you put them all together, it's fucking nuts.
Individually, way more brutal shit out there that goes on, but just the pure volume and the just...
It's so much.
My God, he's just so into it. That's the thing that he's just so, he likes it so much. It makes it even weirder.
He's enjoying it far too much.
Man. Now the husband, remember the firefighter guy who had to come home and find his wife and daughter dead? He said he'd really not rather make any comments about this. Mm-hmm. He did say that he has plans to meet with the DA and, talk about it. And the DA said that we take into consideration the feelings of family members, but we make our decision on what's in the best interests of Shasta County, and that has to be the final decision, which is how it's supposed to be. But now they all do lip service acting like that's not what it is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's insane. You can't have one person or one family and their sadness dominate a county full of people that have to pay for all this shit. It's just not the way it works. We can't have a society like that. We just can't. No. It'd be impossible, because then at what point do you not get angry at them for this one? And what point what are we doing here? Then we're parsing people's tragedies at that point.
You can't compare one death to another. It's exactly a tragedy. Yeah.
It's difficult. So anyway, we don't know what's going to go on. Now, Woodfield is not prosecuted for basically the majority of the crimes that he's supposed to commit, supposed to have committed here. The state of Oregon was satisfied with the life sentences because they don't want to do more trials because they already have them for 165 years. Yeah. So again, we have California. They're talking about it, and they said, if we want to execute him, that's one thing. They said this is a monstrous case. We estimated that we're looking at probably 150 witnesses that we have to bring in. They said there's so many ifs. Even if he's tried in California and felt guilty, even the prosecutor said we doubt he's ever going to get executed. Yeah. So they said they could simply take no immediate action. They said there is no statute of limitations. He could be prosecuted down the road just in case something happened in Oregon and he was freed or some shit like that, which obviously isn't going to happen because he's got so many convictions. But who knows? They said that the thought of the physical impact of such a trial will undoubtedly keep me awake many nights. This is a Shasta County supervisor. It could conceivably be devastating on top of other financial setbacks we're attempting to overcome. Yeah. They just can't afford it, man.
No, it's so much money.
So on a Wednesday in September, 1983, the DA, Steve Carlton, not the left-handed Hall of Fame pitcher for the Phillies and other teams, faced the press conference here, and he said he would not be extraditing Randall Woodfield. Yep. Okay. He said, I am satisfied that after examining all material factors that this is the only responsible course of action. Public safety is not affected by this decision, and I'm convinced after meeting with the entire Oregon Parole Board that Woodfield will never be released from any prison.
Good.
Yep. They said this could have been a $2 to $3 million trial, and it's just not worth it. Now, how does the widow feel about this?
How does she feel?
No, the Steve
widower.
Eckerd. Yeah, widower. There is a difference there. So he said, quote, I understand why he did it, and I'm not displeased with the guy. I'm not mad. I get it.
Oh, the judge.
No, the prosecutor.
The prosecutor, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Think about that. Mature.
Yeah.
The guy who killed my wife, I obviously would love to rip his head off, but he's already in prison for the rest of his life. He's never getting out. What am I going to cost the county millions of dollars because I'm angry? Like, what am I supposed to do here?
He made the right call.
He made the right call. I wish that other people would do this once in a while. But this is our fault as a society, as we've and it's a political thing because it's prosecutors running for office.
Sure.
So prosecutors running for office, the only thing is you can't say, I'll be smarter and I'll be better with your money. No one cares about that. They want their bloodlust. They say, I'm going to take
all of them.
I'll kill all of them. I'm going to take the prisoners and treat them the worst that you've ever seen. And I'm going to take criminals and I'm going to fucking nail their balls to the wall.
I'm going to put them in peak underwear and make them march the streets, picking up your trash.
Which is fine. But then eventually people get tired of that. So you have to go to the next thing, which is basically the victims are all the end all be all. That's all that matters is these people. And we have to do exactly what they want. And the whole state government should run on what this 4 sad people want or 2 sad people or whoever the fuck it is. It's not how society runs. And it's annoying.
And then a victim impact statement just ends up being a roast.
It ends up being a roast. Exactly.
It's crazy. It's not even like this is how it affected my life. This is just repeating over and over again about how much vindication you want via rape.
So someone in the family can run for office. That's all it is. Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I don't like that shit. And I'll say it again too. I had this happen in my family. Yeah. Worse than
we just need
a lot of these.
Civilization and civilized thought. That's all. You can't let people that are bereft of a tragedy are not in a rational state of mind. Therefore, they behave irrationally. That's going to happen every time. You can't let those people be in charge of anything.
I'm telling you, when this happened in my family, we didn't go down there and fucking go on the news and yell at the prosecutors and talk about all. We just said, okay, well, I mean, that seems okay. I mean, that's what you're going to do. You're going to make a deal, and then that's going to be the sentence, and that seems it's a life sentence. Right. And the lady's still in jail. That was 1991 or something. So what are we talking about? Like, I don't know. And that was a brutal.
Yeah.
I will reiterate.
Sawed the head off of an old lady.
Yeah, my great grandmother was 81. This woman tied her up and tortured her and cut her fucking throat. This is we're talking. It doesn't get any worse than that. I don't think.
It's unless she's an infant.
It was tortured.
That's the same thing. Same amount of vulnerability in that situation.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's fucking wild. And so I know from whence I speak here. I'm not fucking being like fuck these people. Yeah. I know what it feels like to be on the other end of this, and
it sucks a lot. Yeah,
it sucks, but you're not in charge of shit.
You gotta make cooler heads prevail, man.
That's it. The world doesn't bend because you're sad. It just doesn't work. I don't know what happened there. So weird shit. Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show and tell you a little bit more about how to get a much better wireless bill with Mint Mobile.
MintMobile.com.
Absolutely, it's summertime. Temps are heating up. You're getting plans. You got to do stuff. You're doing 3-day weekends. You're heading to a beach somewhere. You're doing all this fun stuff. You know what doesn't belong in there?
What is that?
An unexpectedly gigantic wireless bill. That's what doesn't belong. That'll ruin your 3-day weekend right there. You don't have the money to pay for it. That's bad. That's why we made the switch to Mint Mobile. And with Mint, you can get the coverage and speed you're used to, but for way less money. And for a limited time, Mint Mobile's offering 3 months of unlimited premium wireless service for $15 a month. So while your friends are sweating the data overages and all that stuff, you're going to be hanging out in the shade in the summertime with Mint Mobile. Say goodbye to the overpriced wireless plan with these unexpected bills that come with the overages and all this stuff. You don't need it because Mint Mobile is here to rescue from it. All their plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone, your old number, all that kind of stuff. Whatever you got to do, though, just ditch what you got now, the overpriced wireless, and get 3 months of unlimited service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. We did it. The service is great. The bill is even better. It's phenomenal, and we love it. This year, skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get this new customer offer and your 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/crime-in-sports. That's mintmobile.com/crime-in-sports. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
Now back to the show.
The victim's father, Donna Eckerd's father, said he made the decision for good reasons, and I'm not dissatisfied. I have no quarrel with his decision. In other words, everyone was fine with it
no
because they're mature, intelligent people. Yeah. So man, they said without the testimony, because they said basically he might not have even been convicted here without Beth Wilmot's testimony, and it would have bankrupted the county. So it really is pointless. Yeah. September 26th, 1983, here, Randall Woodfield said he was surprised that the California authorities are not trying him for those murders. Oh. Yeah. An Oregon prosecutor said he was disappointed by the move.
Disappointed?
Yeah, they said disappointed. Now, Randy said, I'm really just surprised. In fact, I can't see why a district attorney would say that if I'm still on appeal and have a good chance for retrial and acquittal in my murder trial in Salem. That's because you don't have a good chance for that. That's why they made that decision. He says that he plans to write a book about the case, Randall Woodfield. Randy's going to write his own book, which he never did, by the way.
Good.
Wow. He said, this is Chris Van Dyke, Dick's kid here, said, I suppose I'm disappointed. The allegations of homicide down there involve 2 brutal murders of a woman and her daughter. I would like to see that matter resolved at trial. On the other hand, he said Woodfield will spend, quote, most of the rest of his life in prison. And, he's got 165 years, so who knows here. Now, Randall is, again, he's in prison and, insists that he's doing great in prison, by the way, too.
Loves it, yeah.
Loves it. Here is October 4th, 1983. Randy, while in prison here, the headline is Bullet Fragments Hurt 4 Inmates, including I-5 Bandit.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently there was a fight. I guess, here was one of 4 inmates injured when the tower guards fired warning shots to break up a fight in the yard. The prisoners were hit by bullet fragments from the warning shots. 3 prison guards suffered bumps and bruises during the scuffle with another inmate that touched off the incident. Randy wasn't the one starting the fight.
Okay.
Randy underwent surgery Monday night and was listed in stable condition and was transferred to the infirmary.
He got a bullet fragment, huh?
Yeah, apparently this all began at 3:30 p.m. when an inmate named Dickie Richards,
right?
Dickie Richards. Wow, okay. Yep. Started fighting with 3 guards in the rec area after he was refused permission to take a shower.
Yeah.
One of them said there was some pretty good scuffle, and the towers fired warning shots to ward everybody off.
Warning shots are at people?
Warning shots are at the asphalt near people.
I thought warning shots went in the air.
Nope. You would imagine. No, in prison they go at the ground, so they want the prisoners to hear them whiz. That's when they stop. I've heard the guards say this before when they talk about this. 2 bullets fired into the asphalt surface in the yard shattered, spraying Woodfield and 3 other inmates with metal fragments. They had nothing to do with it. They weren't involved in any of this. They were just standing around. They said they were standing quite close to the fight, but were not involved. Okay. Neither the officers or the guy starting the fight were struck by any fragments, only people standing around.
Unbelievable.
So let's not do that. That seems dumb to do here. Woodfield and another inmate were taken to the hospital here. The other guy who got hurt too, Dickie Richards, was serving a 50-year term for rape, sodomy, and burglary.
Oh, same.
So seems like there's a reason why he's standing close to Randy.
Yeah.
I mean,
pals.
Yeah, they could be real pals here. So he still, by the way, writes tons of letters. As we know, he's a huge letter writer always. But in prison, he has nothing else to do but mail.
Oh, boy.
Think about on the outside, he was a busy guy. He's going around murdering, stopping here, going there, and he's still mailing tons of letters. Like in prison, that's all he has to do. A lot of women's names, a lot of women.
Oh, boy.
He writes to single women, married women, divorcees, widows, teenagers. Doesn't matter. Women that know other. If he gets a name and address from another convict, he'll write to that woman. If he sees a woman's name and address, he'll write to them here. He writes to women in the Oregon Women's Correctional Center.
Is that right?
Yeah, any women he can. It's wild. That requires no postage, so you can just have it taken over to the women's prison as well, which is interesting. He writes to women held in other jails. He writes to women in prisons across America. Wow. Some of the people are aware they're writing, a convicted murderer here, but some aren't. Some believe they're writing to, quote, Randy Woodfield, student at the University of Oregon. 2605. 2605 State Street, Salem, Oregon.
That's all the address for the prison is?
Yes, that's it. And a handful of the women went there to find out that 2605 fucking State Street is a prison, not a goddamn college. This is pre-Google searching.
Yeah.
That's an ugly college. Jeez, they really want
to go to the frat house, and they're like, oh, no, there isn't one.
Well, they really want to keep those frat boys in. They have razor wire around it. Jesus Christ, those guys must be rapists.
What have they been doing around here?
Holy shit. And this is where I think we have one of our listeners' sisters or something that was he was trying to write her and correspond with her.
Yeah.
And that person had one of the pictures that he'd send everybody of him in the little blue shorts flexing that we posted on social media there. He'd always include that photograph. I don't know how many copies of it he had.
He must have a shitload, huh?
But man, he's got to just keep busting off copies. I don't even understand it at all. But he would do that. Now, he's written shitloads of women trying to do that. Many of them send him money. Even if it's a couple of bucks, it's something.
Yeah.
And that adds up. People have sent him thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars women have sent him. He has had a ton of money in there. He's doing great. The wife of a courthouse employee in a county in the southeastern state, so somewhere in the south there, was so into him that she sent him thousands and thousands of dollars based on their letter writing correspondence.
Wow, he's an orator.
Wow. She also, this is worse, she also is alleged to have gone along with his request. This is the grossest. I want to punch her more than him for this.
Yeah.
His request that she take a nude photo of her 9-year-old daughter and send it to him. And
that's illegal.
They're saying allegedly she did this. Illegal. It's just disgusting. Never mind illegal. It's fucking morally repulsive.
Sent that to a bad guy? Why would you do that?
Guy, I'm going to send a naked picture of my daughter to a jailed murdering rapist.
Oh, Jesus.
Dude, what's up with her?
Teenagers, too.
What's up with her?
You know what he's doing with that.
Yeah, remember those two little girls he'd brought into the bathroom? He's disgusting.
Oh, boy.
What kind of a person would do, what the fuck is going on in her head? What did her dad do to her that this is okay for her? You know what I mean? What the fuck happened to that poor lady? She must be in a world of shit. Here is more women. A young woman about to be paroled from the Washington State Women's Facility at Purdy began to write Randy at a friend's recommendation. Hey, there's this great guy. You're going to love him. How do you feel about sodomy, number one? Okay? Well, you're going to get along great. Yeah. Wow. So, yeah, he found this prisoner here. What a friend to recommend Randy as a pen pal. So as soon as she was released in the fall of '83, she went to Salem to meet Randy in person.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. She was all about him, in love with him, head over heels.
Oh, my.
He's the one. She was even convinced, this is wild, that, listen to this shit. Listen to how delusional this poor woman is. I mean, imagine what her fucking father was like or whatever, her family upbringing to believe this shit. Okay. She was pretty sure that Woodfield was the natural father of a child that she had adopted in Portland a few years before she was arrested.
He in her probably made this child long ago, and now I have this child, and it's his.
In her head, this was all kismet. This was all the universe lining everything up for her, basically. Wow. She believed him, by the way, that he was completely, he's completely innocent, and she wanted to think that she's going to get him out of jail so the family can be reunited, him with his real son and her, and they'll all live happily ever after raising his real son. That's what's going on in her brain.
Oh, boy.
Whoa. She made it a mission. She told everyone she's going to win freedom for Randy, and she's going to help him with his appeals because he is innocent of all charges, boy. Okay. She told Ann Rule, quote, I've just come back from visiting him for the first time, and I know he's innocent. He's wonderful. Yes, I know he writes to other women, but I'm the only woman he really loves. Dude, it's like you can't be more stereotypical. I'm the one he wants to marry. He's going to introduce me to his family. I know the truth when I hear it. Oh, yeah, you sound like you are
Oh, boy.
Nothing but the truth. Imagine what her relationships were always like.
No.
This is the terrible, that poor kid she adopted is going to have a string of awful stepfathers that are terrible to them. Man, a few years later, another young woman, because that didn't work out, obviously. He didn't get out. They didn't get married. Another young woman began visiting Randy in prison. She was married, this young woman.
Oh.
And she called the author here, Ann Rule, to announce that she was researching a book that she would write, a book that would tell the real truth. The real truth. She said she's visited Randy dozens of times, and she believes him. She said anyone would believe him. He's innocent. He's the most sincere man I've ever met.
Most sincere?
Wow. Dude. Ladies. Guys, I don't mean to cramp your style or your game too much here, but ladies, you got to get it together. You got to ask more of a guy than just to have a bullshit rap and be behind bars for 165 years, and that's enough for you. Like, you got to hold our feet to the fire a little bit.
Now he's being honest.
Wow, that is the most sincere man I've ever met. Okay, but yeah, all of his male shit was weird. There was the mother of a dying child in Florida, grew to count on Randy and believe that he would be allowed out of prison to visit the little boy and to help her through this tragedy. They're going to let a murderer out so he can go across the country to give her a shoulder to cry on. He encouraged her to believe that there was a good chance that Oregon authorities would grant him a hardship furlough so that he could come right to her side. Now, what do you think she's doing the whole time? Sending him money, I'm sure, and pictures and everything else.
Financing all kinds of shit.
Wow, that is wild. Who knows if Randy thought he could actually somehow make that a thing, but it sounds like he was just bullshitting her. Then it gets even weirder. Okay. Now, Randy seems to understand certain women and how to get them.
Yeah.
It's obvious that there's
specific ones.
Specific women who've had specific problems and specific traumas.
Yeah.
He knows exactly how to talk to them to get them to do. I mean, we've seen it with these past women here. Okay. So, it's very strange that he can do that, because before he got better at it over letter writing in prison. He got practice. So, he began the spring of '84. He began corresponding with a female prisoner who was on trial for murder.
Yeah.
And it's like his match, dude. It's like his fucking match of psychopaths, and we've talked about her. Diane Downs.
No way.
Yes, when we talked about Diane Downs, we talked about her hooking up with him a little bit, briefly.
Did we? I don't remember that.
Yeah. She's a mess. She and her children were shot on a lonely country road outside Springfield, Oregon. We did a whole Patreon on it. Yeah. That is just, wow. Her 7-year-old daughter, Cheryl, died. Her 8-year-old daughter, Christy. Her 3-year-old son, Danny, ended up being paralyzed.
Right.
Just a nightmare woman. She'd been wounded only in her arm, and she was arrested and charged with the shootings. And obviously they're saying she shot her own children because she wanted to win back a married lover who didn't want to be a daddy. Remember that?
Yeah.
Wow. Holy shit. That she was, during the time of this writing of the book, she was still on trial. So they're saying, we don't know if it's true, if she did it or not. We know now. Yeah. She is fucked up, Diane Downs.
Yeah. That's a bananas woman.
And done way weirder shit since then, if that's possible. So, now her whole history indicates that she's always about being in love. She's one of these that every guy she meets, she's in love with them and, all that kind of thing. And she's all over the TV, and Randy was impressed.
He loved it.
Loved it, thought she was pretty, liked her notoriety, thought they were like a good match for each other. Yeah. They're the two, you know what I mean?
Power couple.
Yeah, we're a power couple. He loved publicity.
Yeah.
So he's like, if I hook up with her, we'll get the most publicity. So he's like, this is the ultimate duo, but he wanted to meet her. In the spring of '84, she was being held in the Lane County Jail, the same jail where Randy had been booked when he was first arrested as well. He wrote to Diane, and by the way, who was 7 months pregnant with her 6th kid at that point.
Wow.
And about to go on trial for murder.
Yeah.
He kept his true identity secret until she got to know him. So he was like, "Oh, I'm just this random guy." And then was like, "Oh, by the way, I'm a murderer." Later on,
I'm one of the worst of all. Yeah.
Yeah. You might notice that there's no stamp on this letter. That's for good reason, because I'm also in jail. So he used the name of another prisoner in the Oregon State Penitentiary and signed his letters Squirrely as a name.
Is that his nickname in jail?
I don't know. Or Michael or just me, rather than saying Randy
Love
Woodfield.
always me.
Me, just me. So they said that in the book, I'll read from Ann Rule's book, mail from prison is almost always rife with unusual punctuation. A smiling or frowning cartoon circle face at the end of a sentence is the most universal touch. Lowercase i's dotted with a circle, fat exclamation points, ha-has, XXXX's, and OOOO's for long for kisses and hugs.
This is a guy having a conversation with himself.
But that's all it is.
Yeah.
They said Randy used these and more in his letters. He favored a line drawing of a funny little man with pop eyes and his tongue sticking out of his mouth. This image appearing here and there to augment his words. They said that Ann Rule says Randy's style was staccato, spinning the reader and keeping her off balance. Randy peppered his letters with phrases and questions like, "You smiling? How about it? You with me, D or die?" and "Yowza." Yowza.
Yowza.
Yowza. Okay. In letters, he demanded constant and immediate acceptance. And, and he chose the right woman, because that's what Diane is all about. Mm-hmm. She was, loving it. She wasn't hooked up with anybody, and here comes Randy.
Here we go.
Yeah. Now, her letters were copied, because it's the jail, so they copied her letters. And later, Randy had to send it, the blue bikini bottom muscle picture of himself.
Yeah.
Where he kind of looks like Macho Man Randy Savage young in his career. He kind of looks like that. It's real weird. Yeah, he's got the beard. And just sent her that, which that's when the jail people went, "Is that Randy Woodfield?" When they're looking through her mail. They're like, "This is fucked up." Man, he was considered an escape risk as well. That's why his letters were copied. So they were all copied from both sides.
Nice.
After a while, they're just going back and forth like crazy. So they have all these copies of all these letters. Now, he was also very fascinated with her pregnancy.
What?
Like asking details about what her pelvic exams were like.
Ew, and what?
How a baby was delivered.
He doesn't know? He's in his 30s.
I think he knows where it comes out of, but I'm not sure he knows the intricacies of it. They made bets on when the baby would be born and whether it would be a boy or a girl. If it was a boy, he suggested that Diane name the child Ian Randall, after me. But he didn't tell her yet that he was Randall, which is hilarious. Diane is eventually informed of who he is, and she questioned him about his murder and rape convictions. And he was like, "Oh my God, I'm shocked. How could you ask me something like that?" Yeah, he was all upset and just, he acted like, "Oh, that's just rude.
How dare you?
You don't believe me? This is crazy." So they didn't talk for a few days, and then they made up.
Okay.
Yeah. Diane apologized for doubting him, and he apologized for being so angry about her doubting him. But, I'm a psychopath and a murderer, and you're a codependent lunatic bitch. So, between the two of us, it's all good. We'll figure it out.
Codependent lunatic bitch who murders children.
Violent, too.
Her own children.
Oh, my God. One of the letters here, Diane said, "It's a crazy world here, and I try to do my own time. Well, a little bit of yours, too. Ha. I may get into a fight over her innocence, yet dear friend. But don't you worry about it none. I will be stubborn and stand up for what I believe in." Okay. Now, Randy said, "I want you to live and work in Salem or Portland if acquitted," he tells her.
Okay.
"And get to know my family, too. Me better for sure. Deal? And if you go to OWCC, Oregon Women's Correctional, whatever the fuck, shame, then I will want your promise to marry me and work with me on writing our own book about justice in America and how we can handle it to get all together. I know this is a shock to you, but why not marry me and be able to visit me too? You could always divorce me later. Ha. Well, question mark.
Yeah. All the injustice, the two of us.
Yeah. Then says something to think on and dream about. You will need a dear friend next door if you come here, and I need you too. I'm sincere, and I want you to think about this. Okay, Di? Mm-hmm. So she wrote, and he wrote, and they kept going. He told her about run-ins he had with, quote, dudes about my sex crimes. In jail, people being pissy with him. He said, I stood my ground to earn respect. I'm no woman killer, and I'm angry as hell and will fight for my honor to exist.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah, no.
The injustice. I'm wrongfully...
Yeah, I'm a victim here, and you're coming at me?
Yeah.
He repeated to her again and again that they were both paying for the price for crimes they hadn't committed, and he vowed sensitivity to her. He said, smile now. I care. You're just too sweet. He also was, referring to his genitals continually as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he went on for pages and pages, like Penthouse Forum letters about what he's going to do to her and all this. And, wow. He said, I will be stroking Junior to your photo at exactly midnight on Saturday night.
Why would you...
He goes on. He continues. So I'll be stroking Junior to your photo at exactly. He's setting up like phone sex where neither of them are on the phone. They're just in separate areas. Okay.
Stroking.
Saturday night, a.m. Diane. So say hi and tell me you enjoy our time together. Will you remember to touch your body for me and say my name?
Mm-hmm.
Just a game to play together because I feel you close to me. And to climax,
damn it.
I feel you close to me and to climax my juices in memory of our togetherness like this.
Oh, for God's sake.
His juices, Jimmy.
He says it so bad.
Junior's got juices.
Why does he love it so much?
He's going to get out of jail and open up a place called Junior's Juicery. Selling nothing but fucking run Jamba Juice right out of fucking business, man. Oh my God, this is fucking disgusting.
So gross.
So yeah, blah 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 blah. I lost my place because I'm so horrified by juices.
Yeah, your juices got you distracted.
Oh man, so exactly, blah blah blah. Be stroking Junior. Will you remember to touch your body for me and say my name? Just a game to play together because I feel you close to me and to climax my juices in memory of our togetherness like this.
Why would it climax his juices?
To know that she's touched, I guess, diddling herself.
God,
you brighten my life, dear friend. So thank you and join me Saturday night if you want. I will be there for you. Totally in thoughts of you. Okay.
Yeah. Synchronize watches and tug together because we can't see each other.
Yeah, so we'll just pretend. So through May, June, and July 84, they wrote to each other almost every day.
Yeah?
Lots of sexual shit.
Jesus.
Now, Diane, just like Randy, Diane writes to a bunch of men as well. Same way Randy writes to a bunch of women. They each promise that they're absolutely committed to each other, but obviously they're both. This is the perfect couple. The perfect couple. He sent her pictures of himself and selected pages from magazines. She sent him pictures of herself and her paralyzed children and Bible tracts. Hey, look, this is my kid I shot, and here's a Bible verse. See how your juices respond to this.
The kid I put in a wheelchair. Here he is now.
Oh, man. He wrote how he longed for children of his own.
Yeah.
Jesus. She wrote back her glowing thoughts on motherhood. Randy described his 8-inch penis. And Diane described her D-cup breasts.
Oh, boy.
Which I think both of those are wrong, probably, from what I understand, from what I hear. Randy said, quote, your life is in the balance for sure. That damn jury better keep in mind beyond a reasonable doubt, too. Let your attorney know and drive that home to their ears. I'm with you no matter what, dear friend. So cry a happy tear for me, too. I do, too, occasionally, even for this grown man. Ha, silly, huh? I wish you could kiss mine away. Will you on your visits? Not shy, are you? We know she isn't.
No.
I will want to hold you tight to me and show you that you're special people. Okay by you? A woman ought to be treated like a queen in my book. Maybe I'll write about it. Being accused falsely of rape and murder. Sad face. Yeah. Your comments, Di? Oh, my God. Randy wrote that he felt that mothers are beautiful creations, like you, Di, with a smiley face. Beautiful creations that I shoot while they're next to their daughters. So she was convicted on June 17th, 1984 of murder, 2 counts of attempted murder in the first degree, and 2 counts of first-degree assault in the shootings of her 3 children.
How about that? She shot her kids point blank.
Point blank. 2 survived.
She only killed 1.
Only killed
what
1,
a scumbag.
Luckily, she's not good at anything. That's helpful for everyone in society. 10 days after her conviction, she gave birth to her child, to a baby girl, not a boy, named Amy Elizabeth. The child was placed up for adoption immediately.
Could have hit that kid with Randy.
Yeah, that's perfect. Put him in the cell block that Randy's in. So Diane would be in the women's prison facility next door, and she's got a huge sentence as well. Yeah. Now, he also tries to inspire Diane to work out in jail. Stay tight for me.
Look, I'm not going to fuck a fat chick, so...
No. He wrote of his daily workouts and his no-carb diet.
God, Jesus.
He said he was stepping up the number of reps in his sets of weightlifting, preparing to pose for a contest photo. He did 500 sit-ups and 500 leg lifts each day. Wow.
That's a lot.
He said, quote, have a lot of work to do yet, but at 33 years old, I'm doing okay. Heck, I can still run and bang with the best of the, oh boy. He's talking about basketball games here, and he said, I can still run and bang with the best of the N-words on the basketball court now.
Oh, my God.
So I'm doing okay.
He is really committing to prison life. God damn.
Wow. And you'll be doing okay at 35, too. I want you to start getting active and in good shape. We both have a long haul to do, so let's get physical and make the best of it. Now he's quoting Olivia Newton-John songs.
He thinks...
You game, Di? Wow.
He thinks that he is going to outlast this prison sentence, and so will she, and we will both be hot in
if their bodies are hard enough, yeah. They're going to be smoking these two.
Wow.
So he also wrote, our warden is on vacation now, but when he returns, I will discuss a way for us to visit.
He thinks we're going to get conjugals? Hey, warden.
I'd like to meet this other murderer. I think we'd be good to go.
What say you about me fucking another murderer in another jail?
Oh, man. Randy explained a code that they could use in future letters. Also.
Okay.
It's not a lot of code, basically. It's really... Well, think about prison.
Yeah.
Remember on The Wire? Okay. Remember on The Wire when they were trying to decipher the pager codes that they were doing? Yeah. And finally, Presbalewski's like, look, these guys aren't fucking rocket scientists. You're just jumping the 5. Yeah. Because they were like looking into it deep like they were, fucking wind talkers or something. Like, this isn't a Japanese code from the 40s.
Yeah.
This is a bunch of a bunch of people that aren't real smart.
These are kids with 8th grade education.
A lot of them.
Yeah. Right.
So that's kind of what this is, too. You're not going to get some brilliant master code that no one can fucking break.
Yeah.
So it was just Diane was to add an extra letter to each word in any paragraph in her letters after the term time to close, spelling out a secret message to him in extra letters, which is really pretty easy to find, I would think.
That's not hard. Why is there a J at the end of open?
Exactly. What is it, open J? What is that? So it's really silly. So Randy was, working on everything else too. He wanted her, man. Yeah. His letters had been full of love and support, and she had trusted him now, and she had no way of knowing that Randy, was Randy. Mm-hmm. And that she didn't. Also, Randy was harboring shit because she didn't believe him at first or about something, so he was all pissy. Ann Rule writes, she was a female, treacherous like all females. He had come up with a plan that would not only make her look like a fool, but would probably bring him a great deal of publicity, a book contract, and a movie deal. He had proposed marriage to Diane continually, and he soon promised her that marriage would allow them a private visit together.
Oh.
Not only did they have their wedding plan to plan for, he wrote, but, quote, I'm still serious about a book you and I could write, but I want to contact some Hollywood people.
Oh,
no
really?
problem. Yeah, that's there. I'm sure he's got. They have a Hollywood directory right there in prison, in all prisons, really. You can just look it up. Yeah, and still both of them wrote no games on all their letters while each playing games. Diane was writing to tons of men and all this type of shit too, and so was he, writing to women. He wrote to an Oregonian reporter to 2 Oregon women that he had met when they did research on a book about sex offenders, and to Ann Bradley Yeager, an anchor person of KEZI-TV, an ABC affiliate in Eugene. Randy announced to all of them that he would soon be marrying a very, very famous woman prisoner who was being transferred to the Oregon Women's Correctional Center from the Eugene area. He wasn't free to give her name, but I think we fucking know who it is probably.
Yeah.
Diane Downs was the only female prisoner in Eugene who was famous at all. So,
and she's very famous.
Yeah. And then when reporters then went to her, this is very Hollywood, you know, Are you really dating Brad Pitt? When reporters went to her and questioned her, she just smiled and got all red and wouldn't comment. Randy had asked her to be discreet, and Diane, a woman known for
not being discreet at all.
He actually followed his instructions. You know, they said because Randy had been in the prison system for a long time, and she counted on him to plan their wedding, to protect her with his wisdom. Right. He wrote her, today I talked to my caseworker and found out that we can have a premarital visit just once. So you want to try for it as soon as we can arrange it? Just let me know. Then he wrote, strange as it may seem, Di, you're fighting back to put me in my place, and I say I love you, and say I love you too, touched me very much. I'm just amazed at how we've grown through our letters. You happy to have me for a loving friend? No games is my motto too. Let's enjoy all we can together. Tomorrow may never come. You know my meaning? Want you to think of me now. Smiling? Question mark. Then say, Di, would your parents think about coming to your wedding? Just curious. We can have 10 people in our party. What are you talking about?
He's doing all the research, evidently.
Wow. Then we only have 1 hour for the party and to have pics and marry. Then guests have to leave with my counselor and yours and come back in if they are on the register, our regular visiting list. So some Thursday a.m. we can marry at the far end, no smoking room for privacy. The waiting list is 3 to 4 months now, but we will get to visit once behind a window to talk over some Tuesday a.m. at the Oregon Women's Correctional Facility. Women visit on Tuesdays only, and married couples get every Tuesday a.m. to visit. Nice, huh? And you'll be surprised at what kinds of fun and games we'll be able to have and enjoy. Just be open and follow my lead. In other words, if you
do what I say,
you can jerk me off under a table, and I can finger you if we get in the right spot, and I know what I'm doing, so trust me.
Just listen.
He said, we'll have some very close and private visits one day. Diane's all on board. She believed Randy even more when he discussed the color scheme of their wedding.
Oh, boy.
Color scheme.
We're getting down to colors.
Well, the walls are gray. It's prison. That's the color scheme. What are we talking about?
Drab.
He said, drab. That's the colors. Would you mind my asking you to wear some colors as me, the same colors as me in our ceremony? Randy wrote. You can't wear blue jeans, but could tailor a blue shirt like ours. Comments? I think we'll make a very handsome couple too. Yes? He always ends with a question.
Yeah. In the affirmative, though.
Yeah, yes.
He's leading the witness for sure.
For sure. He said, I've written to some news people for responses about our story. Will you be open to an interview there or OWCC? Will you share your thoughts on all this? And our own work on contacting an agent and writer to help us with a book and movie? Thanks. Then said, what kind of flowers do you like, Di? I will provide them for us, no problem. Rings we can talk more on. Okay. Not more on, more on. More, and he signed it. Love and kisses.
All of them.
Yep. So Diane then admitted to the newspapers and to the television reporter that, yes, it is true. She's going to marry Randy Woodfield. They're in love. It's all real.
Wow.
there it is. She talked about this as her greatest love of so far and blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. So as soon as she said, yes, this is great, Randy then turned on her.
Uh-oh.
Yep. When reporters questioned him, suggesting that, what the fuck, basically, are you getting married? He shook his head and appeared mystified. I don't know what you're talking about.
Why would
he told
you ask me that?
Yep. He even said that Diane is probably more confused and upset than he'd realized. And he said, no, I had no idea where she might have gotten the idea that I want to marry her.
Well, that part where you asked her to wear the same color dress as you.
He said he's sorry. He know that must be embarrassing for her, but she's just mistaken. So he just played a game with her. Just fucking gamed her just because he's bored.
This gal was out of her mind. I don't know where she got that crazy idea.
It's fucking crazy. Woodfield said, quote, there's no plans for them to get married and said at this stage, it's just talk, an idea thrown out in a letter. It's been blown out of proportion, which not according to her.
You're planning a wedding, man.
He said, Ms. Downs apparently misconstrued that as a marriage proposal. I have not asked her to marry me.
No, I just wanted to fuck her in the lobby.
I was just trying to really get a hand job in the lobby. That's all. She said she would marry me if that's what we had to do to visit, but it's been twisted a little bit and there are no plans to get married. He said he's just trying to get some pussy. He said that he was corresponding with her mainly because they wanted to author a book here. An author wrote a book about him, is also working on one about her. She told the press, he's a really sweet, sensitive guy. He's just different. He talks about God now. I need someone to care about and to care about me, and I don't have anything else to live for. I don't have my kids. Well, okay. Maybe because you shot them all.
Yeah, you did that, lady.
It's a good reason why you don't have your fucking kids. Yeah, I would say so. So anyway, he said, I'm just in the state of getting married, Woodfield had wrote her. They had some of the letters, and it's a mess. Woodfield also said that he's engaged to another woman in Seattle, so he can't be marrying Diane.
I got a gal.
Yep. He wrote to Diane July 27th, 8 days after the letter he'd sent planning their wedding, knowing that she's probably super fucking pissed. Mm-hmm. He wrote, Dear Di, my, oh my, you sure have me shaking my head and holding news conferences all day long. Why did you say anything to anyone just now? I'm really confused, Di. Now he's going to manipulate it and put it back on her.
Look what you've done to me.
Wow. He said, I told you I was holding all the aces and I was going to sell my story of some kind to a mag and newspaper and TV. But now everyone thinks we're getting married and it's caused a lot of unnecessary problems. Hadn't I told you about my inquiry letter to KEZI in the Oregonian paper? You were just to sit tight and be mum and refer them to me. It may have taken a while to find a mag or newspaper willing to pay for all this publicity, but it could have been done. But I had to say our visit to meet was just misunderstood about marriage plans. I'm not playing games, just covering my tracks right now. Let's try again. I hope and pray this publicity doesn't affect your sentencing. Oh, gee, how could it that she wants to marry serial killers? Yeah. Write me and ask all you wish. I care, Di, Randy. Okay, so that is very interesting. So Diane Downs here served about 3 years of her life sentence at the Oregon Women's Correctional Center in Salem. No private visits with Randy. On July 11th, 1987, she escaped from prison.
Yeah.
And was recaptured 11 days later and then sent to Clinton Correctional Institute for Women in New Jersey. So
that's a long way away.
That is a long fucking way from Randy. She said, I thought in interviews about this because they said, what the fuck, what happened with Randy? And she said, I thought that's what he thought, and I didn't want him to be publicly humiliated, meaning she thought that he thought they were getting married. Right. She said, this wedding talk is the biggest thing going. Just about everybody's saying, aren't you afraid of him? No, of course I'm not afraid of him. I have no reason to be. The only Randy Woodfield I know is the person I've met in letters. She said he was very kind and compassionate. He said he knew what I was going through and told me a lot about how to get along in prison, what the good points are and what the bad points are. He was very helpful. What are the good points of being in prison? One of the things we liked to do in our letters was wagering on things like basketball games, the weather, the sex of my baby. It was something to do. When you're in prison, you need to find ways to pass the time. You need little milestones like that, things to look forward to. She said, then we had this one wager where if I lost this certain thing, he would get to marry me. That's what she said. As it turned out, it was the only wager I lost. So she said that's how this all happened. And she said, Randy said she simply sat down and said, I have a letter from Randall Woodfield. Oh, okay, that's what she's talking about, the newspaper reporter coming and talking to her. And I think it's you. Well, I knew we had joked about it, and I must have had a shocked look on my face because she said, isn't it you? Well, I knew Randy, and I'd been joking about it, but for all I knew, he'd been taking it seriously. I didn't want him to be publicly humiliated, so I hemmed and hawed around and finally said, yes, I guess so, and that's all there was to it. She's trying to save face, too. Yeah. 85, still in contact with Downs, though. Really? Which is crazy.
That lady is such a bitch.
She is crazy, man. Old Elizabeth Downs.
Diane Downs.
Diane Elizabeth. Because her real name's Elizabeth. Is like Elizabeth
really?
Diane Downs or something. Yeah, Elizabeth Diane Downs is her full name. Yeah.
She went by her middle name?
She went by Diane. She liked the alliteration. Double D.
Yeah.
Like a big old titty.
She's a bitch.
She's fucking horrible.
Yes.
So nowadays, though, they say that Woodfield and her are just pen pals. That's it.
All right.
Oh, man.
We just send each other dates and times of when to jerk off.
Yeah, this is when we're jerking it together, okay? Okay, good. September 1986. Despite earlier reports, this is from a newspaper article, an innovative fingerprint computer would not have aided police in capturing Randall Woodfield.
Oh.
One here, or Randall said, I'm a little disturbed because we probably put out some misinformation and we might have hurt our chances for getting the system. Oh, that's the prosecutor talking, or superintendent. 2 weeks ago, the superintendent told the Statesman Journal that Woodfield could have been identified earlier and 3 women's lives spared if the state police had the $5 million computer system. He said fingerprints lifted at the scene of one of the earliest crimes attributed to Woodfield months before the 81 murders could have been matched with those on file for Woodfield.
Yeah.
He then said that Woodfield's case was a good example of preventative work such a computer system could do. However, on Tuesday, this superintendent guy said the fingerprints from the crime scene were never matched to Woodfield. He said, I guess what we're saying is that we were probably wrong in saying Woodfield's prints were found at the crime scene. It was a miscommunication between the fingerprint people and the boss. So they were like, they tried to scare the public into saying, just spend the $5 million.
Mm-hmm.
And they said no. Now, May 4th, 1987, this is hilarious. Randall is suing Ann Rule.
Oh, really?
Yes. And if you're unfamiliar with the true crime genre, Ann Rule is like kind of the queen of true crime books. Like,
she sat next to Bundy, for Christ's sake.
And then wrote, there's dozens of true crime books she's written. And her style is a little annoying.
Yeah,
She pads a bit.
Yeah.
But in the end, she gets good info. You just have to weed through the repeated information and the padding that she does.
And sitting next to Bundy is what catalyzed all of this.
Yeah, absolutely. So Randall, files a $12 million lawsuit against Ann Rule,
Jesus,
claiming that she libeled him and invaded his privacy.
Oh, really?
Really? How the fuck does that work?
Libeled him, invaded his privacy.
Wow.
You welcomed her, didn't you?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Wow, he is, that is insane. I don't even know what to do here. Named as defendants in the lawsuit were Ann Rule, who wrote the book under the pen name Andy Stack at the time. Now it's Ann Rule. Now, if you look him up now, it's just all Ann Rule. And the book's publisher, New American Library, Inc. The lawsuit contends that Rule composed a false novel composed of fictitious persons that falsely accused him of crimes he was never convicted. Now, she uses names to protect victims at the time.
So that makes them false? Nobody murdered those people.
No. He also said, it's wild, man. He also said the book was based on speculation, hearsay accounts, and off-the-record police statements. Yeah, that's a book. That's what a book is. Yeah. The suit filed claims a nationwide publication of the novel harmed his right to a fair and unprejudicial appellate review, and his criminal convictions had have irreparably harmed his reputation. His reputation!
Oh, boy, it's been sullied.
As a rapist and child murderer. His reputation. Wow. Rule said, I was most careful in using public records for that book, as I always am. He said he's seeking $10 million in general damages, $1 million in compensatory damages, and $1 million in punitive damages. Also filed a notice declaring a lack of money with which to pursue the lawsuit, and asked for the court to help him with an appointed counsel and all that kind of shit. Randy, by the way, received his associate's degree in prison through the educational system in June of 1987, and he did not want to have his picture taken, though, which is funny. He glowered at photographers and warned them convincingly that he did not want to have his picture taken, and they just moved on to the other graduates. Not a happy graduate here. A bunch of it's all in the newspaper. Inmates received college degrees, and said that this is great, though. Charles Keaton, the education program manager at the penitentiary, said neither Woodfield nor Diane Downs were, quote, prize students. He said, these are just a couple of average students.
A couple of dipshits.
This is prison, It's a little lower on the expectations here. Now, the Captain Dave Bishop went on to be the chief of police in Newburgh, Oregon, and taught criminal justice classes in college, and often conducts seminars on the Woodfield case for other law enforcement personnel. Detective Dave Kamenek became a sergeant later on, and I think he moved up after that. And he said that the Randy Woodfield was the case of his life by far. Jesus Christ. Beth Wilmot, or Lisa Garcia, whatever you want to call her, said, I would dream about Randy, see him standing in the room, wearing the jacket with the hood, pointing a gun at me. It would all seem as though he was really there. Then I'd wake up and he wasn't there at all.
Oh, boy.
So she said, and then she said, I was attacked again. Dude, she was attacked again by somebody else.
Oh, no.
These fucking predators have a sixth sense for victims, man. It's insane. I wasn't doing anything but minding my own business. I left work in broad daylight. I was wearing my uniform that I wear at the cleaners where I worked. It was just a plain smock and slacks, nothing enticing or sexy. I wasn't wearing makeup. Yeah, it's not about that.
Holy.
People leave the house looking to rape. They don't They don't leave the house going to get a sandwich and they're like, ooh, she's hot. Let me go rape her real quick. Don't isolate that, please, by the way. But yeah, that's people. I don't think that happens. I think that happens less than leaving the house looking for rape.
Yeah. That's so sad.
This is horrifying. She said, and I walk like a boy. I'm skinny and I walk like a boy. And I'm always aware of what's going on around me. But this day, I just wanted to get home and take my shoes off. She noticed a large man standing across the street. And although she didn't pause to look closely, she was afraid that he was exposing himself.
Oh, boy.
So she tried to ignore it. She said, I just walked faster. Then all of a sudden, he ran after me and jumped on me. He knocked me flat on my face, started tearing at my clothes. He weighed about 250 pounds, more than twice what I weigh, and I couldn't move. I started screaming, and people kept driving by as though it was perfectly normal for some guy to be lying on top of a woman who was screaming her lungs out. Finally, a family stopped, and they scared him away. I just felt like, why me? Why me again? This poor woman. Jesus Christ.
God.
She reported the incident, though, to the police, and her attacker was arrested and convicted. That's good, at least. She said she believed the bad days were behind her now. Good Christ, I hope so.
Jesus Christ.
No, this was as of about 1987. As of about 97 or 87, she was married and had a baby. She worked at a job and kept in touch with Sherry Hull's family and all that kind of thing. She said, when do you think they'll give him a parole hearing, wondering about Woodfield? She was told that he might possibly become eligible for parole in 1998 if the judge's 50-year minimum sentence is struck down. She said, I'll be there. I'll only be 39 then. I'll be there if I'm 100. I'm going to be around for a long, long time, and they'd better let me know if they start thinking about letting him out, because I'll be there to tell them again what he did to us. It doesn't matter where I live. I'll come back to Oregon and tell them.
Okay.
Good. Poor Steve Eckert, that poor guy who lost his wife and daughter there. He was still working in the fire department at that point. That is horrifying. Jesus Christ. One quote about Randy, and Rule said, comes back at odd times, late at night, saying that Dana Middleton, a co-host of her own ABC talk show in Seattle, was a young television reporter in Shasta County in 1981. She covered the Donna Eckert, Janelle Jarvis murders. She pored over police reports on similar cases in the Northwest, and Dana Middleton found herself finally in the same room with Woodfield.
Oh?
He was surrounded by detectives, but whatever. She said, the first time I ever saw him, I noticed he was quite good looking. But then he turned around and looked at me, and I saw his eyes. They were flat, dead eyes, shark's eyes. It was exactly like looking into a shark's eyes. There was no emotion there at all, no compassion, just emptiness. I've never seen eyes like that in a human being, never before and never since.
Whew.
Wow. Jesus Christ. So Randall continues his correspondence with women, all sorts of letters, loving promises and all that, and all sorts of money coming in too. He still gets money from women all through the years. He's getting more and more money from women, always. January 18th, 1988, he loses his libel lawsuit against
Did he
Ann
lose?
Rule. You're going to lose that,
Ann
dude.
Rule
Sorry.
won?
You did all that shit. They said, yeah. She said that he was saying all that. The judge and magistrate did not deal with the issue of whether Woodfield is libel proof, but because that's the thing. There are some people,
right?
Lenny Dykstra comes to mind, who literally went to court to sue for libel, and they told him, it's impossible to libel you. You
can
have
say whatever they want.
You have done such crazy shit that anything someone says about you could be true, basically.
Possible.
Basically, you have no reputation, is what they said.
Right.
Your reputation is in the gutter, so there's no way to make it lower, essentially. So that's kind of what's going on here. Like, dude, it's just not going to happen.
Unbelievable.
So here we go. In 1990, 1990, after the discovery of more dead women, Woodfield is now suspected in as many as 44 homicides.
Oh, my.
Those aren't the only ones he did.
No way.
No fucking way. Those are just the only ones they could pin down based on those phone calls on the I-5.
He might have more than anybody.
Yeah. So, because if he didn't make a phone call around it, he got away with it pretty much.
Oh,
that's the only way they caught him, was to match him with phone calls. And there's also in 1990, Randall Woodfield versus Lisa B. Harms, seeking $10,000 in damages, an order for return of personal property in a suit alleging breach of contract. What $10,000 in property could he have in prison? I don't even understand that. Here we go. 1991, January 9th or July 19th, 1991. I-5 bandit Woodfield wed in state prison ceremony. Right here in the newspaper. The Oregonian. We'll find out here. Married Cammie Ray Gosch of Salem.
Gosh?
Gosch. Gosch.
Okay.
Tough name. The Reverend Art W. Cooper of Salem officiated the wedding of the 40-year-old groom and 23-year-old bride.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. The ceremony included a prayer with the lines, quote, "There are bits of the past that should remain theirs. Give us the wisdom to let them remain so. There are dreams for the future to bond our love."
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. This was in the visiting room. He wore his prison garb. She wore white. Oh, boy. Jesus Christ. This is crazy, I would say. He's known to correspond with tons of women, and especially he looks in the newspaper at the Lonely Hearts columns.
Is that what he does?
He looks for personal ads in the newspaper, and then he writes them because those are lonely people.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild here. That's crazy. Correction officials say about 40 marriages are performed each year in the Oregon State Penitentiary, and there's a 6-month waiting list to get married. Cammie Woodfield now said on her marriage license that she was an Iowa native and self-employed. The address on her driver's license is a woman's shelter in Salem, but a staff member said she was staying with a friend in Salem.
Okay.
This is a mess.
Her address is the shelter. She stays with a friend from time to time. Or somebody's helping her get back on. Either way, the woman is not doing well. She's a victim.
Well, let's find out how well she's not doing. December 5th, 1991, she's like, what did I do?
Yeah.
Less than 6 months later, the headline is, wife of I-5 killer blames alcohol for her marriage.
You guys don't understand, I was so drunk.
You ever get real shit-faced and marry a serial killer? You ever do that?
How drunk you got to be to show up to a prison and get married?
Plus, there's a 6-month waiting list, so she had to be drunk for 6 months, too. That's crazy.
6-month buzz is crazy.
She filed for an annulment here, saying she wouldn't have married him if she had been in a sober state of mind.
Okay.
Holy shit. She said, at the time I married the respondent, I was an abuser of alcohol. I'm now in a treatment center for alcohol abuse and realize now, while in a sober state of mind, that I would not have married respondent had I been of sober mind.
Okay.
My Christ. So, yeah, that's less than 6 months that lasted. She said, this marriage has not been consummated also. I have only visited the penitentiary twice to the best of my knowledge. So she wants an annulment. Mm-hmm. August 6, 1996, Charles Burt, his old lawyer, dies.
Oh, no.
So now people are dropping on here. So he dies. They talk about his legal career and stuff like that, but he obviously didn't get Randy off. They talk about cases he won, but no. So she said one of his daughters said that she occasionally teased her father about standing up for an obviously guilty client. She said, he used to give me the hardest time. That's when we had interesting conversations at the dinner table. You're defending a rapist.
Tell me everything bad about me. Go ahead.
Right? February 9th, 2006, I-5 killer linked to another slaying.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. Authorities say yet another slaying, perhaps his first, can be blamed on Randall Woodfield. Portland police say that DNA evidence links Woodfield to the 1980 killing of Sherry Ayers, 29. Remember her?
Yeah.
Absolutely. In her southwest Portland, her fiance found her beaten, stabbed, and sexually assaulted. Now they have DNA technology in 2006. It's a lot better.
Sure, yeah.
You don't need such a big sample of it. Now they can find it. He was a suspect, but they can never pin it on him, as you remember. 26 years later, though, a sample of vaginal fluid and semen that police kept frozen allowed the Oregon State Forensics Laboratory to make a positive link between Woodfield and the Ayers killing. They said, we're actually pretty thrilled to be able to resolve this case. I bet. The Ayers family agreed that Woodfield, they all said he's not going to be prosecuted unless he becomes eligible for parole.
Yeah.
So, never mind. He's serving a life sentence, and they're saying that the Ayers killing differed from others that he did because all the others, the weapon was, and the weapon was a handgun in all the others.
Right.
But this was a personal thing that he was pissed off at this girl for, remember? Because she dumped his friend. So this was up close and personal. This wasn't, everything else is depersonalized. This is extra personal.
Did he strangle her?
I stabbed her, I believe.
Right, yeah.
Stabbed her to death. What was it? Stabbed and she was stabbed and sexually assaulted. Yeah. Beaten, stabbed, and sexually assaulted. Very personal. Extremely fucking personal here. They said the bloodiness of the Ayers crime scene suggests to investigators that Woodfield had trouble and changed his MO. Well, it's because it wasn't the same motive that he was doing it for, is what it is. So they said that that Woodfield was a suspect from the beginning. He had written Ayers from prison while serving on a robbery conviction, and we knew all of that. 2011, the TV movie comes out.
What?
Oh, yeah, The Hunt for the I-5 Killer.
Really?
Absolutely. Starring John Corbett.
Who the hell is that?
You've seen him. If you saw his face, you'd know him. He was the handsome guy from Northern Exposure, and he was on like Sex and the City as like one of the handsome boyfriends.
Yeah.
He plays handsome guy. He's 90s handsome guy.
Hi, women would like to sleep with me.
Hey, look at me. Women want to sleep with me. I don't think he's Randy, though, because the picture here, he's in a suit, so it looks like he's maybe Kamenick or something like that. I'm not sure. Written by Ann Rule, has 6 stars out of 10 on IMDb. So they say this, though, he leaving 44 victims in his wake.
God dang it.
So, they discovered a whole lot more here. Yeah, John Corbett. He plays Kamenick, John Corbett does. Tig Runyon plays Randy Woodfield.
Oh.
T-Y-G-H Runyon. I don't know who the fuck that is.
T-Y-G-H? Is that Ty?
Tiggy. I don't fucking know. Bo Derek plays somebody.
In 2011?
The fuck is Bo Derek in this movie? I had to find that. That is weird as shit. And then a bunch of other people I've never heard of. Okay. Yeah. The review on this, there's a review. Better than average telemovie.
Oh, okay.
One person says 7 out of 10. There's none of the histrionics or corniness found in telemovies of the same ilk. It's not a mystery, but an investigation of the killings. Yeah. May 13th, 2012, the detective Jim Lawrence of Portland's Cold Case Unit is talking about Randy Woodfield and saying that most serial killers have cooling off periods. And that's the big thing about Randy that we've talked about.
He doesn't cool down.
Lawrence said he killed and then 5 weeks later killed again. Then it was 3 weeks. Then it was 2 weeks. I believe that it would have been soon, been every few days. He was like the boogeyman.
Right.
The more he refined it, the more he wanted to do it. Mm-hmm. He's like an addiction for him. So they said over the years, Lawrence traveled to the Oregon State Penitentiary to interview inmates on cases. He'd ask the guards how Woodfield was doing. The male guards said he spent most of his time sitting in his bunk and ignoring the people around him. Female guards had a whole other story, though.
Yeah, his dick's always out.
Yep. They said when he sees them, he's up prancing in his cell and working on his hair. Woodfield will always be that guy. He knows he's too old to show his dick and body, but now he's like, let me make sure I look good for these ladies. So here's a recap of the known victims. This is 1980, October 9th, Sherry Lynn Ayers, former classmate and fiance of his friend, found in her Portland home, bludgeoned, stabbed, and raped. November 27th, 1980, Darcy Renee Fix and Douglas Keith Altig, both found shot to death with a .32 revolver in Fix's North Portland home. December 21st, unnamed woman, 25, don't even know who the fuck she is, assaulted at gunpoint in Seattle restroom, unnamed, because we know who it was. Okay, that was the one that forced to jerk him off there. January 12th, 1981, Susie Benet, 20, market clerk in Sutherland, Oregon, shot during a robbery and survived. January 18th is the Sherry Lynn Hull murder and Beth Wilmot and all that, Transamerica office there. February 3rd, kidnapped a woman at gunpoint and raped her near Redding, California in the early morning hours. She survived. Donna Lee Eckerd and her daughter, 37 and 14, both found sexually assaulted and shot to death in the home. Mm-hmm. February 4th, unnamed woman kidnapped and raped in Wairika, California. 15th of February, Julianne Reitz, raped and shot to death in Beaverton, Oregon home around 4 a.m. We know that was an acquaintance, and that's how they kind of caught him. Now, that is when they arrested him, was after that. Other possible victims here. Retracing his movements, they've identified at least 25 other potential murders that he committed, while other estimations bring it to 44. Notable is Martha Morrison, 17 years old, who disappeared in Eugene in September 1974 and was found murdered the following month near Vancouver. Her remains were unidentified until 2015, when DNA got better. Woodfield and Ted Bundy were considered suspects in the murder because they were both out and about at the same fucking time.
That is horrifying.
Imagine that. Imagine you go outside and Ted Bundy and Randy Woodfield could be watching you from separate sides of the yard. That's crazy.
I thought Ted Bundy was here. Thank God it's just you.
Oh, it's just you. I guess. Hopefully you'll just rate me, I guess. No, this is horrifying. My God. They said after Morrison's remains were identified, law enforcement reached out to the public in an effort to encourage people to come forward. In August of 2017, a blood stain on a pistol owned by longtime suspect Warren Forrest was matched to Morrison through DNA testing. So that one wasn't Randy or Ted. Yeah. During the spring of 1980, Marcia Weeder, 19, and Kathy Allen, 18, vanished while hitchhiking from the Spokane, Washington area to their hometown of Fairbanks, Alaska. Remember we talked about them? Their bodies were found in May 1981, covered by several inches of ash from the eruption of Mount St. Helens. And they wouldn't even have been found except for they were looking for people in the wreckage of Mount St. Helens. Suspected serial killer Martin Lee Sanders was later connected to their murders, but as of 2018, the case remains unsolved. During his time in the pen, Randy has married 3 times and divorced twice.
Is that right?
Dude, all he does is write letters to women.
He's got 3 that signed up.
3, and 1 still there. Some letters he wrote from prison were sold online as a collection titled The Serial Killer Letters and published by the Charles Press. In one of these letters, he wrote to journalist Jennifer Furio, "You only care to know why murderers strike out in anger or rage. How should I know? What a question, Jenny. Care to write more personally? Share a photo? Talk by phone? Your choice. Ciao, Randall Woodfield." Send me your pictures of your tits. So, Lord. It's a mess, and all these people have gone through so much. He put everybody through so much. The families, the poor Eckert guy with his family decimated. And
the Italian language.
I feel bad for all these people, Jimmy.
Yeah.
But not nearly as bad as I feel for Randall Woodfield, adjunct faculty at York College of Pennsylvania.
What even is that?
I don't know. He's somewhere a faculty member. Randy Woodfield, technical analyst at State of Connecticut. He works
at
there.
The whole state.
The whole state he shows over there. So there you go. Here's one. On October 11th and 10th, 1992, the Century Theater hosted the performance Sagas of the Sea featuring baritone Randall Woodfield.
Watch out, audience.
That's amazing. So that, everybody, is Randall Woodfield.
That's a bad man.
The I-5 killer and a terrible, awful shit pile of a human being.
Horrible.
Just a
horrific
walking
man.
herpy.
Yeah.
He's a walking herpy, this man. He's terrible and he sucks.
Weeping
and
soul.
He, by the way, still in prison. He's still alive.
That's at least he's in prison.
He's like 81 or 82 at this point.
Is Diane Downs still alive in there?
Still alive. I don't remember. She was younger than him. It's possible.
Fuck yeah, she's still alive. She's only 69 years old.
Yeah, she was a lot younger than him. But he's in his 80s. He's just hanging out in prison still.
Wow.
So there you go, everybody. There's Randall Woodfield. 7 parts. Hope you enjoyed them. And I think we told you the whole fucking story. I don't think there's anything more to it.
I think there's nothing left unturned.
No, we have tucked it all, man. Yeah. So thank you so much for listening to this series. We will have a regular one-off episode next week. We'll keep doing that. And then, a little while later, we'll start another series. We have a few people that we need to do series on, like Billy Martin is getting his own series. That's going to be fun. And there's a lot coming up. Don't you people worry about that. So keep coming up and keep hanging out with us. And keep listening to the show. Head over to shutupandgivememurder.com for all your merchandise and your tickets for Small Town Murder live shows, especially Philadelphia, D.C., and Seattle, because those are the ones with tickets left to sell. So get in there and get those and come hang out with us and see a live show. Follow us at Crime and Sports on social media. Yeah. You may also want to get yourself some Patreon. I recommend it.
You sure do.
You should do it. Patreon.com/crimeinsports is where you get all the bonus material. Anybody $5 a month or above, you are going to get hundreds and hundreds of back episodes of bonus stuff you've never heard immediately to binge upon subscription. Then you are going to get new ones every other week, 1 crime and sports, 1 small town murder, and you get it all. And there's some good stuff there. And then on top of that, you also get crime and sports, your stupid opinions, and small town murder, all ad-free on your Patreon feed.
It's unbelievable.
It's the best deal we could possibly put together for you. It's literally everything we have to offer besides sending you locks of our hair. We don't know what else we could do for you. So
we value ourselves at $5.
We value that's all. We notice we won't raise it because that's as high as we value ourselves. That's
what we're worth.
That's the lack of self-esteem from you, these two individuals here. So do that, patreon.com/crimeinsports, and you also get a shout out, which is right fucking now. Jimmie, hit me with the names of the people who would never kill 44 people and then write letters to people in jail trying to get nude pictures of their 9-year-old daughter. Jimmie, hit me with them right fucking now.
This executive producers are Allison Deutsch. Thank you so much, Allison. So thoughtful. You're an angel. Alexander Kozik's mom, Anne, happy birthday.
Happy birthday
Gary Howard,
to you.
Roast Beefy Weefy has a birthday. Happy birthday. Cat Meowmer said it.
Kitty Meowmers, of course.
We all get our news from Catface Meowmers, and
wow.
That's how I got this news. Drinking Life, Michael Casper, perhaps. Tamala? It's got to be Tamala. Tamala? Tamala Vaughn? Is it Tamala?
Maybe.
What is it?
Tamala? Who knows?
Dr.
Thank you.
Drea.
Tamalala.
Also,
Dr. Dre?
Dr. Drea. It's a gal.
Oh, okay.
Andrea,
okay.
I think, is her name.
Dr.
She's
Drea.
also a doctor. Dr.
Drops
Drea.
the hot beats.
Thank you all so much. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Other producers
You are the
this
best.
week are Peyton Meadows, Janice Hill, Happy Hour checking in South Haven, Mississippi. That's as South Haven as it gets.
Jesus. That
Good
is
Christ.
not a haven.
Hope you get out. Bo
Wow.
Meese, Shane Dennis, Heather Martin, Pam Blackledge, Kay with no last name, Ken Taylor, Tina Renner, Emily Montgomery, and Amy Strawn, Kat MC, Stephanie Wilkie, Mike Connor, Jessica Acharte, Colin Jacques, it's Jacques. What am I doing? Sarah Yock, Sophie Erstad, Jeremy Sanderson, Chelsea Sabulski, Sam J, Lisa Leslie, not her, James, Jason Siegel, probably not him either, K and N, Sarah Ringer. What is it?
Why not? Why can't it be, Jimmy?
I'd love it to be.
Self-esteem.
Self-esteem
is on the floor.
It was an email address that was as if that person's probably been named Jason Siegel his whole life, but whatever. Michael Blexrud, B. Lexrud, I think. T. Stubbs, Lisa Hobbs, Sarah Ringer. I said that. Casey, Cayce. That's Casey, right? Or is it Case? I don't know.
It might
you're
be
the
Case.
judge. They're the judge. Their parents.
Two E's would
C.J.
be
Sanderson,
Casey.
Carl Wilkins, Kim with no last name, Rebecca Sotelo, Shannon Tilley, Colleen Picnic. Ryan with no last name, Bex with no last name, Talon Gibson, Andrea Talbot, Andrew Albert Perez, Michelle Fournier, Hannah Doyle, Morgs Carleon, Deanna Duncan, Dina Duncan, Halen Roberts, Gary McMullen, Melissa Stroud, Cucks of America, whatever the fuck, Mintu with no last name, Katie Schertzinger, Josh with no last name, William Nossaman, Betty with no last name, Serena Stockdale, Gigi with no last name, Sigourney Queefer, I've missed her so much.
Yeah,
Calvin Gilbert, what a
been around
terrific dumb name. BJ Roper, Beach Norton, Bree Smood, Sarah with no last name, Dorico Boone, Jeff Bruner, Tammy Williams, Jordan with no last name, Krista Kisner, Sarah DeBaggis, Wild Girl, Melissa May, Amy Merrill, Kristen Denage, Mimi Mullins, Brooke with no last name, Shannon Lip, Tamron Williams, Kevin Allen Bryan with no last name, Karen Brooks Preble, Tracy with no last name, Ben with no last name, Nikki G, Justin Everts, Barbara Moore, Allison Temple, Ivy Lewis, Alexis Martin, Laura Cleft, it's Kieft, I think, Kieft, Elena Eaton, Lucas Richards, Mackenzie Sullivan, Hannah Hicks, Bebo Mora, Jessica Cummins, Chase Schwartzman, Stevie with no last name. Not that one. Steve, he needs $100 cash. Stella Colaris, Jeff Oswald, Patty with no last name, Macy Cisneros, Angie Johnson, Tolliver Machin, Pedicure Goddess, Meredith Moore, Kristen Lieber, Alicia Bontemps, Jackie Budrovich, Timothy Mackey, Jackie Rewald, Anthony with no last name, Joseph Aguilar, Jacob Farron, Erica Milesner, Jesus, Jana Cation, Jarrett Byers, Honey Bee, Shelby with no last name, Julie Makusa, Amanda Rickson, Verna Garton, Carol Robinson, Danielle Kincaid, Trent Kruger, James Sleeper, Max Braun, AI Child, I hate that more than anything. Larry with no last name, Jamie Lee, probably not the one. Danielle Savioli, what is it? I fucking hate that
Jamie
shit.
Lee Curtis?
No, Jamie Lee, or the writer for the fucking soccer show on Apple. That one.
The soccer show on Apple? Wow.
Ted Lasso. That's
there you go. There you go. It's like soccer show on Apple.
Danielle Savioli, Trisha Turner, Nikki Solowich, Timo St. Clair, Braden Dyer, Gina O, Julia Tennyson, Todd Binkley, Jaron with no last name, Melissa Caballero, Glitter Bird, Scott C, Brent Bizik, F and Ninja, Ashley with no last name, S and L, the letters. Sarah Robinson, C and C, the letters. Kim Bretchen, Bill List, Travis Olds, Dean Poole, Megan D, Tara with no last name, Ashton Jones, Gray Jack 72, Brendan Para, KT, the letters, Andrew Larson, Nicole Kelleher, Thaddeus Camp, Carol Heineck, Renee Swearingen, is that right? Dave P, I hope. Related any way possible. Dave P. Sharon Becker, Lauren Handrahan, Andrew Stifle, Savannah Rogers, Carl Morell, CD Igensley, Allison Guerra, Karen Perry. She got 2 patrons. Thank you, Karen.
Was
Liz.
One name a fucking Slapshot reference?
What was that?
Slapshot reference.
What did I do?
In there? One of
a Handrahan?
Yeah.
This
Handrahan?
Oh, never mind. Was that the lady that eats pussy?
That was the guy
sucks
that they were
pussy.
all. Yeah, sucks pussy. Yeah,
she's a lesbian. I know.
Yeah, I know. Or no, he was the bastard guy they were all afraid of.
Right. Hanrahan. Yeah. Liz, our number 1 fan in San Diego, evidently. Hey. Todd, with no last name. Daryl Paxton, Karen Willis, Trisha Bissett, Brooke Hodgson, Jocelyn with no last name, Stephen Dixon, Laura Barker, Dina Whirling, Nancy Eklund, Selena with no last name, Chelsea Edwards, Otis Spunkmeyer, fantastic. Layla with no last name, Dave Sandry, Denise Ellis, Jan with no last name, Holly with no last name, Logan with no last name, Jacob Schoen, Brittany Weston, Nini with no last name, someone with 2 young boys, give them back, CC, Cynthia B, Harvey Wellman Williams, Jenny with no last name, Brianna Barney, Ashton Brown, Steve Weaver, Janelle Deb, Jason Schultz, Robbie Marcus, Elizabeth P., Molly Heitart, Brooks Friedland, Emily Webb, Andy Thomas, Alyssa with no last name, Paul Nix, Ayomada, Lindsay Pojar, Audrey Schwartz, Off-Road Emo, Honey Coven, Andrew Hurley, Jordan SP, Doreen Beloit, Belois, Haley Bright, Tristan Mastro, T. Cash, Stephanie Morgan, Alex Weber, Clayton Reed, Planet Tyler, Natalie Young, Jerome Hulam, Mike in Milan, is that right? Josh Hayes, Kayla Allen, Bree Rutley probably, Paul Taylor, Jill Fleming, Caitlin Baton, Jason O'Connor, Natalie with no last name, Jazz C, Molly with no last name, Jessica Broll, Michelle Harris, Kid Galahad. Oh, because there was Lord. Wow. What was it? Who was Galahad? Was it Lord? King?
Lord, Knight, King.
Galahad. What was Sir Galahad?
There you go.
It is. All right, Lord, moving forward. I don't know I don't know how I pulled that out, nor where that reference is from. Johnny Burciaga, Amanda Brown, Jesus Lopez. I'm leaving it. Bloomer Pudding, Jenny Coffer, Matthew Sillette, Jackie Bjornstad, Leslie Boatwright, Colleen Larson, KB with no last name, Crystal Hawes, Justin Miller, Herb Sherman, Daphne Bishop. Was that the guy's name that was the Long Island killer? Sherman? Was that it? Sherman?
Oh, Hewerman. Rex Hewerman.
He's got an S and a C in front of that. Good for you.
Well,
Daphne Bishop, Annabelle Netter, Thomas and Michael, Michelle Chevalier, Charles Locke with no last, that is his last name, Dana Carapondo, Laura Ann, Jacob Hoover, Brittany Hill, Diane Taylor, Rodney Elwood, and Sharon Schrader, and obviously all of our patrons. You guys are the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody. You wonderful sons of bitches. You have made our lives a million times better, and we hope that in return we've made your lives even a quarter, 0.27% better. The chance that it would not be Randy in the in the world there. So hopefully we've helped you a little bit, and you've definitely helped us. Thank you so much. You want to follow us on social media, head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Follow the drop-down menus. They go anywhere you want to go. Keep coming back each and every week because we can't fucking go anywhere. We're here and live from the Crime and Sports Studios. We will see you next week.
Bye.